Hello and welcome to the 25th episode of the Destiny Community Podcast, brought to you by Blue Microphones. And we are here today with the normal crew, and also, brought to you by Blue Microphones. We also got a Bluewestlo here, no relations.
Hello.
Hey,
welcome to the podcast, everybody. My name is Bluewestlo, and I'll be
thanks
your
for having us on,
mini
Blue.
host.
Blue, it's nice to have you back again on the podcast. Is he like a returning guest?
First returning?
Kind of.
First
I think it
returning
is our
guest?
first
No,
returning.
Deej was the first return, remember?
Well,
Barstool Deej.
Dado.
Oh,
Dado.
yeah, was Dado double?
No, Deej has gone twice.
Dado,
Yeah, you're
Dado's
right,
technically
Deej.
been on twice.
Yep.
Our most important returning guest. How about that?
Yes.
There
Okay.
you go. Returning guest
See-
since 2016. Right?
Like everyone is whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been.
definitely.
The first time I
You
was in
have
here was in
a very-
2016. Now it's
you have-
2017.
Yep. It's a very prestigious award you just earned.
Yeah, it's
I will wear it proudly.
the only one we've ever given out, probably. No promises.
I don't know if it has any value, but I'm gonna wear it.
Cool.
Awesome.
You probably can't wear it, but
Well, it's with me in my heart now.
you eating, Pope? What did you just get past?
Is that a burrito?
I don't know. It's
Like a burrito, a thing of au jus?
Is that a...
Oh, you
Just
got.
some
Oh,
bam.
yeah.
wow.
Oh,
Or
Tefty.
is this like stir
Oh,
fry?
Tefty.
Yo, can we take a 15-minute timeout?
I just got home from work, so
Wait, what?
I have.
That's true.
You still have his Ninja West on here, Tefty.
You
I do,
mute your
man.
mic and just scarf that down and enjoy it as much as you want to.
It's the spring roll looks amazing.
Yeah,
It does. It does look
I-
amazing.
I have the screen shrunk down to like 100 by 100 pixel image, but God, that spring roll looked delicious in it. All right, so wait, are we interviewing Bluewestlo? Do we?
Yeah, I
Let's
want
do it.
to know what he's been up to, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Blue.
From what continent did you get birthed as a penguin?
Antarctica.
Yeah?
I had to Google it beforehand. In middle school, I didn't know where penguins came from, and my teacher thought I was dumb. But now I do, so joke's on you, because now I know where penguins come from.
Oh, get wrecked, Teach.
Yeah, get wrecked, teach.
So what have you been up to, Blue, since you were last on the podcast?
I started my YouTube channel back up again, so that was pretty
Oh.
cool.
Are you
It was-
actually uploading to it like in a?
I don't have a schedule. I started off with a schedule initially, but then I realized that creating content consistently is a lot harder than I thought it was.
Kind of a bitch, yeah.
I've never consistently created content. It's always just kind of been whenever I feel like it. So starting up, having a full-time job and trying to upload 3 times a week, every week I would consider taking a day off just so I could catch up on my work. And I would never catch up even on the weeks I did take off. So it was like, it's either I change something or I just kind of say, I'm just going to upload I'm just going to try to upload more just whenever I have the time to, which is where I'm at right now.
Oh, nice. Are you have you been streaming some too recently?
Ever since I started YouTube, I've had 0 time for streaming, which actually makes me mad because all the stuff coming to Twitch has me really excited for the future of it. Because Twitch is awesome at coming up with new features for the site, and
Yeah.
they've just been really, really good at expanding the site and what you could do with it, and being with your community.
Yep.
And on YouTube, it's like I have a comment section that tells me I'm bad at Hanzo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As a
basically.
content creator, what are you guys in Blue include? I mean, what are you guys excited about for as far as like a Twitch? Something that's come up by Twitch that is a service that you guys have really been excited about.
They've done these community things, which I think is really smart, because it's in its infancy right now. But communities could form into great places for like-minded creators to join together, and it can either be focused on a game or it can be focused on a type of content. Like if you're a comedy variety streamer, you can actually create a community around that and have other streamers stream to that, and then create a following based on that. It's in its infancy right now, so it allows that to happen in Twitch right now. So you have these game directories like Destiny, and then you can have Destiny PvE, Destiny PvP, all that stuff in these communities. It's really cool.
I'd love to see somebody create a community of Destiny streamers playing other games. Because one of the great things about the Destiny directory is like this overall positive vibe of like almost everybody's chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we had a community of just Destiny streamers that go in and play other games, but we were still in this kind of directory in this community, like it, you know, people could bounce around just like they do in the Destiny directory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot.
The bitrate on Twitch just got up too, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's huge.
Got almost doubled up to 6,000 K from 3,500 K.
Mm-hmm.
So the quality of streams should improve greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think everybody's still kind of experimenting with the tech, but I think it'll.
Blue, let me ask you a quick question. So you stream and you do YouTube mainly now, but like if someone is new to your content, how would you describe what you like to do? What would they come to find on your YouTube page?
So I guess with my channel, it started off as machinimas and like really like put together stuff. Like I know there's a lot of people who used to watch stuff like Red versus Blue, and all of my early stuff was just super, super inspired by just making basically films out of video games. So if you look way back on my YouTube, that's pretty much all I did. And that's how I got started on Destiny community and how I met a lot of people. Now it's kind of, I guess, what you would call like the YouTube that you watched when you were like in high school and middle school. It's just a lot of funny people playing together is what I like. I like just letting things happen, quite honestly, at this point. So I've done a whole 180 where before everything was scripted and put together, and now I will just cut footage of me and my friends playing together over 2-3 hour sessions and make 30-40 minute videos out of them, and people seem to like it, so I dig it.
What was one of your favorite like put together pieces? Like when you think about something that you're proud of that jumps to mind, what was something that just is there any funny stories or any favorite video that you made?
My favorite that I've made was probably this machinima called Destiny in a Nutshell, and I made it with my friend versus
I remember
stream.
that one.
Yeah.
And that was probably the first one that I guess people really started noticing me, especially back when, God, my words are really bad. A lot of people checked out my channel after I made that one. And the cool part about that one is of all my scripted stuff that I've made and all like the things I've put together, that one was like the most ad lib. Like we did not come to that prepared. I had footage of playing Nightfall and like being all cinematic with my camera and making cool shots. But when we came down to actually recording the audio for it, it was like we did it in like one take and that was it. And it wasn't even scripted. Like we were just like let's just do something with it. So that one was actually my favorite.
And what was the gist of it? Like, I mean, Destiny in a nutshell. What did you guys do?
So that was back when Nightfalls were really, really challenging, and obviously you die, your fire team wipes, then you get kicked out of orbit, and you got to redo everything up to that point again. So we all remember how Ascendant shards used to be in the loophole so long ago, and everyone hates Ascendant shards because by the time you finish grinding Crota and Vault of Glass, you're stockpiled on them. You don't need to use them anymore because there's only one raid gear set. So it was just kind of about you go to Nightfall expecting really cool weapons, expecting something. Even strange coins would be kind of welcome, and we used to get nothing. And now we don't even care about Nightfalls because we just run through them now.
Right.
It's
no biggie now.
Yeah.
You run through to get some crappily rolled sidearm.
But back then, the weekly Nightfall ritual to get disappointed is the stuff of legends. Let me tell you.
It was.
Well,
it was your one stop. It was like one of the stopping posts to getting an exotic throughout the week. You know, you go hit the vault chest, then you go do your Nightfall, or actually, you probably do your Nightfall first, so you can also get all the rewards, or I mean, all the XP bonuses throughout the week. Because XP for the weapons back then was insane.
Yes.
There was no sitting in front of the screen for like a minute popping motes of light. There was
No.
I'm going to level this thing up throughout the
play.
week. Yeah.
You remember when we had to redo every exotic we had when
Oh my god.
Yes.
Low came out?
Oh, that
that
sucks.
was not right. That was wrong.
That was wrong.
It was just wrong.
I
Whoever
remember,
thought of that was sadistic.
I remember like every time a new expansion came out, I had to go use other people's accounts to review weapons, and they would be like, "Yeah, here, I just got the weapon, so you can use it for however long you want to." I'm like, "Oh, like, great, have you leveled it up?" No. I was like, "Oh, okay,
Fantastic.
Well, have you at least like not done your bounties today?" "No, I did every single bounty already today on every character." I'm like, "Fuck." And having to level up a character without a Nightfall buff with no bounties was one of the most difficult experiences you could possibly do. Yeah.
Oh, the grind was so
the game was grindy
scary.
back then.
Absolutely.
Super grindy.
And a lot has changed.
It was
man.
grindy, but I think it lost something losing that grind, because a lot of like those weekly rituals have just kind of gone by the wayside. So there's actually, even though it feels like there's been more content added to Destiny, it feels like you can spend a lot less time in it, and kind of there's not that pull of constantly hoping to get like that next big thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think that they chose a different population to serve with the time investment.
Mm-hmm.
So the average player became their target audience.
Right.
So the hardcore players really felt like it became a lot easier to get stuff. But I think the average player, found it more
they
manageable.
want people to go out and play the game and not have to worry about like filling that circle in, so then you can actually fill it in completely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
there's something we just need to get to this, guys. We're 20 minutes into the recording, probably only
Yeah, we gotta go.
The big news.
We got to do this.
got lots
We got
to
to
talk
drop
about.
the info. It's the main part of the actually secondary part of the title right now. I've already got the title picked out. Destiny 2 poster leak thing ?
Yep. Nailed it.
Yeah.
With humans.
Humans.
Yeah, all
And
humans.
weirds.
No exo?
No Awoken?
No Woken?
Hello?
Yeah. I mean, they look
So
great.
as far as I can tell, this first kind of opened up this morning, right?
Yeah.
It was like early this morning, because I was up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Eastern time, and this thing had already broken.
I woke up at 6, and then like someone was just tweeting at me, and I responded, went back to sleep, woke up at 8, and I was flooded with texts and everything saying, "Wake up, look at this." It's like, oh
Yeah.
okay.
It's pretty big. So this poster was basically found, it seems, at a Italian GameStop. And what it depicts is it's a promotional, it seems to be a promotional, at this point, I'm just going to say it is a promotional picture for Destiny 2.
Absolutely.
It looks like it's been released by Activision and Bungie. It looks like it's going to, kind of rein in, like kind of, hey, here's Destiny 2. We're going to start advertising Destiny 2. And there's 3 notable things, I think, right away about the poster. One is we have a release date on the poster itself of September 8th.
Also, it's
next-
worth noting that that's a Friday and it's a European poster, so there might
That's
be a
true.
different release date for the US on a Tuesday.
I don't think that's the case,
also-
but we can get back to that.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about that too. Beta seems to be pretty much confirmed by this poster. There is going to be a beta. When that is, we don't know. There's obviously a lot of speculation we can do about that. And the third piece, which is probably the least popular, is that the PlayStation exclusivity is going to remain.
Yeah.
There will be content exclusivity on PlayStation, timed, hopefully shorter time than 1 year, but I mean, it's right on the poster.
I have a burning question.
Hit it.
No.
Will the PlayStation exclusivity go towards early access to the beta?
We don't know.
Probably.
It did last
I think
time,
probably,
didn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Most
So
likely.
are we going to
Yeah.
see that same trend as last time?
I think
for
so.
this exclusivity.
I think so.
I would personally say so, because a lot of games still do that, where it's like played this beta first on whether it's Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever. They still do that. It's a very common thing to do. So
Yeah.
I feel
So-
like that's what's gonna happen.
With the
what-
original Destiny beta, I believe it was like, was it the alpha was only available on PlayStation, and then the beta opened up
Yes.
a day before
Yeah.
or 2 days before
I
on the
purchased
PlayStation?
a
That's right.
PlayStation to play
Exactly.
the alpha.
That's right. Me too.
Nice.
So,
nice.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
There may be an alpha again. Who knows? We specifically do know there is going to be a beta, though.
So,
And obviously, we don't know the details or the date.
yeah, I definitely think that obviously there's going to be PlayStation exclusive beta type of stuff. There's most likely going to be content that's exclusive to PlayStation as well, which sucks. Some people were saying that it's possible that PlayStation gets it early. I just want to put this to rest because I don't think this is going to happen at all. It would not make sense for them to have an Xbox and a PC release that happens several days later while PlayStation gets it first, because that would affect World First. It would affect World First getting to the max level, all that stuff that people care about on a brand new game. So I want to throw that out there. That does not make any sense.
That's just not.
It makes sense to me if I was Joe PlayStation and I'm like talking to Activision and Bungie saying, let's get this thing out on the 8th on PlayStation. You put it out on the 12th on every other platform. I'd spend a lot of money for that because Destiny is a big deal.
Okay, if from a marketing point of view, and if PlayStation was like, how many extra millions of dollars do we chuck towards Activision to make that happen? I could see that being a possible future. Like nuclear warfare. I don't want to think that's going to happen because
I don't want to think it's going to happen either.
Suck.
I want the game to be released worldwide. Like, I mean, a staggered release would be okay hourly, like so it releases for everybody at like 9 p.m. across
midnight their time.
That's how the original. That's how original
Pacific release first, and then everybody else later. I'm
totally agree. What I'm hoping we're not seeing is that this game's going to come out in the U.S. on the 5th and in Europe on the 8th.
Okay, I don't.
So do you think it's going to be a Friday release for the U.S. as well?
I think so.
It makes sense. Sense. Like the Tuesday releases was really a constraint that was about like getting retail copies into a truck into retail stores, brick and mortar stores. Mm-hmm. That's why that Tuesday release was a thing. Now that digital sales are such a big deal, it just makes more sense, I think, to release on Friday. And you're seeing a lot of companies do it. It was brought to my attention that Call of Duty's been doing it for 2 years, releasing on Friday.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
And it makes more sense, right? People get paid on Friday.
Yep.
People have more
Friday
time
makes
to pay
a lot
on Friday.
more sense.
Yeah.
Guys,
it makes
reset
sense.
day.
God damn it.
Listen,
Can't play until the weekend.
Exactly. Reset day on Friday would be so much better. I mean,
oh my God,
so much better. People, they're not going to feel obligated to have to take work off for like 2 or 3 days because they want to play the content. Because a lot of people do that and they get arguably a little burnout on that. So having it just be on Friday, so they either just take Friday off or don't take it off at all, or possibly having the actual reset day time happen later in the day, I think is tremendous. And I wouldn't be surprised if
Bungie... you're making a logic jump here, Tefty, that you're assuming that the reset day would happen on release day.
Yes,
I am. Which would be great.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to stagger releases with Europe and America because Destiny in 2014 was worldwide on that date. They didn't stagger releases then. And it's a server-based type of thing where they'd have to manage multiple sets of things.
Oh, wait. We're talking about two different things, though. And I think that's what Breyer is hinting at. There's a difference between the release date, and we're all kind of in agreement they could do it on Friday. But the second thing is also the regular maintenance days, the Tuesday resets. That's a Bungie thing. And they like to have that during the week.
That's a gaming thing. That's a gaming thing.
Bungie is, in my perspective, they've wanted that, and they've said so in several different blog posts on Twitter, that they don't want to do it on a Friday because if something goes wrong, which has happened before. Remember they did that one. Right. Remember that one release on Friday, and then over the weekend shit hit the fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they do it on Tuesdays now. So I don't think they're going to change the reset day for that reason.
Okay, what if they're in a different position now, where they can be staffed for weekends? Because obviously the franchise is in a different position than it was 3 years ago.
Okay, let me put it this way.
Okay.
World of Warcraft still has Tuesday reset days.
World of Warcraft is also still World of Warcraft, not World of Warcraft 2.
Yes, but if you're saying they are staffed to do it, I'm pretty fucking sure Blizzard is staffed to do release dates on other times. They are a much larger company than Bungie.
But again, this is a new iteration.
Them do it on Friday. Like, it would be awesome if they did it on Friday because it would just be more convenient. But if something went wrong on a Friday, I feel like the stakes are much higher than they are on a Tuesday.
You're just naturally going to have more staff on hand during the weekdays as well.
Right.
At any company in the United States. So
an hour of downtime on Tuesday is less valuable than an hour of downtime on Friday.
That's true. People will 100%. Yell at you if it's down on like Saturday for you to try and fix something.
Mm-hmm. Remember
Tuesday,
anytime
don't mess with my game and my weekends, bro.
Yeah, remember anytime that those groups were like hacking the login servers for multiple games and people couldn't play on their weekends
over Christmas, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The worst people ever. I think the people you're referring to. So
I think it's possible.
I want to talk about the poster a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got the big 3 news items out of the way. But I was surprised by like the tone and the colors and like just the imagery of the poster, because it's so far removed from anything we've ever seen in promotional material from Destiny before. And it kind
of looks bleak.
It looks very bleak. It's very much, I mean,
visceral.
It's dusty.
It's dusty. Gray. It's brown. It's subdued colors.
It's more hyper-realistic.
It's dark.
Very video game.
Thank you.
It's dark. It reminds me more of a Call of Duty promotional material than a Destiny promotional material. Where we're used to seeing in Destiny is bright colors, vivid, flashing lights, the big purple like explosions and bright
Space
green
magic.
eyes on our enemies. Almost like a animated
Fantasy.
kind of aesthetic, right?
Mhm.
Very fantasy.
Yeah.
This is much more subdued. It's gray. It's dark. It's dirty.
It's almost like we don't have our
stream.
powers.
After watching the live stream on Wednesday and seeing all this raid gear that's like, it's got holograms and it's green and it's purple and it's blue and it's like all colorful and beautiful. And then you see this and it's very, it's very plain. The armor on the Titan it's just, pieces of metal and it's dirty and it's
like banged
up
out
and
of
the
the ashes.
weapons. There's no lights on the
it doesn't
weapons.
look like they're wearing like super crazy armor either. It's like really basic stuff.
Also, they don't have helmets.
He's just wearing some sweatpants.
Dangerous.
Like they were woken up out of bed, and they had to put their pants on quickly.
Go to war.
They haven't got a helmet engram yet. Oh no.
Where do you think this picture is taken?
Earth, definitely.
I think.
You think it's the tower?
I have yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't
a
think it's
theory.
in the tower.
What?
No, it's just outside
you
of
think
it.
it's in the city?
It feels more like it's in the city.
You think?
I want to say
Pope Bear's going crazy.
I'm sure Pope's going to go over it, but there's so many theories about the next entry. You know what, Pope? Just go for it. I can see you. You're ready to go. Just do it.
Pope got this.
It's good. No, it's. I got this theory, man.
Here we go.
I got this theory that I brought it up last podcast. I think that they're setting us up to knock us down, and you're seeing this visceral, like real, gritty, hyper realistic, all these words that you guys are using to describe it. That's because shit's hit the fan, man.
I mean,
well, of course.
And we're gonna have to.
You're talking the Empire Strikes Back of the Star Wars.
They're gonna
trilogy.
knock us down, and we're gonna have to use humans. I don't know why there's just humans there. I don't have that like fixed yet in my mindset, but I'm thinking that we're having to, everything stripped from us, which would explain why we have our characters still.
Well, it goes back to that
we
Mega
don't
Block
have any
sleep, right,
stuff.
Pope, where we saw the Mega Blocks, they're attacking the tower. The Cabal is attacking the tower.
That's it,
we're getting pushed out. We're losing our gear because we're getting pushed out of the tower. This is not our finest
There's no
day.
bright
The Age of
colors.
Triumph is over.
Right. There's no bright colors because
There's no hope.
We don't have our supers, man. We got to learn. We got to
There's
fight
no
our
light.
way. There's no light.
We spend the entirety of
also-
Destiny 1 just kicking ass.
Yeah.
So it would be
Yeah.
awesome if the second one is the Empire Strikes Back of the series.
Exactly.
And
Pope,
we
you
got to
said
go
there's
out.
no light. There's also no ghosts in this image.
Right. There's
Oh.
no ghosts.
Yes,
That
thank
is
you,
true.
Brian.
And the
Thank you.
Traveler, just if we look at
Why
where the
wouldn't they-
Traveler is, it's huge. It looks
Why
like
wouldn't
you're.
This is in the last city. This is in the last city. There's like people are saying this is a Cabal. No, this is a fallen catch.
It's
or this
a
is a
fallen
fallen.
catch.
That's a fallen skiff. Skiff, one of
Skiff.
the little ones that drops off stuff in like the last city.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my thought process on this is that if they were going to introduce a new class. Okay, so follow me here. I just got this brilliant thing. All right.
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. Well.
We'll let you know how that goes.
What if, all right, picture destruction, picture your all humans, right? Because now we're going to have race specific starts to Destiny, maybe. So you're starting off as humans and you got to fight your way to get your new power, right? And it's a new source of power from something that your light has been stripped away. You're going to find a new source for that power.
power
as
in
a
the
human.
darkness. Mm-hmm.
And so your travel, right? Your mission is to find out what every race is going to have their light or their power, their connection to the light come from a different place.
That would make sense.
It's a great way to reset the supers because
yes,
I mean
yeah.
I don't want to be using the same supers
You're
as
like,
Destiny
dude,
2. I've been
I
using
lost
Destiny
my
1.
golden gun. I need a
Right?
golden
Shut
paper
your
bag.
mouth.
I don't know.
Golden Gun's going away. Sorry,
we can
Pat.
have the same characters stripped
Don't
of
you
their
take
light,
away my
stripped of their
Palpatine
vault.
hands.
We can have the same characters stripped of their light, stripped of their vault, you
Yep.
know, stripped of the city, stripped of the tower, stripped of the speaker, stripped of the traveler, stripped of their ghosts. We're starting from scratch. It's our most desperate hour.
Yep. Also, guys,
I'm ready. For
check
the
it
fight.
out. They only have 3 humans on that poster. What if they did that?
Yeah.
Because they're introducing new races that you can choose to be that have other attributes.
I desperately want to play as a Fallen. I know. All right, I know it's
I
out of the
love
question.
Fallen. I
The
love
Fallen
arbiters,
are so
we're
dope.
gonna get it.
You think we're going to be
Exactly.
able to be a Fallen?
That's what I'm predicting.
We have to.
honestly.
Do you guys think that you won't be able to be an Awoken or an Exo?
No, definitely not.
But your
They're-
character goes forward, and they said including race. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm
Zavala.
like,
Zavala
Exos and
and Cade or all that.
Awoken.
They're going to be there, but I think they're showing 3 humans because you can't show 4 or 5 races with 3 people, you know? So why not just
Well, I
show
think-
the 3 right there?
I think personally,
3 humans.
from a marketing perspective, as a dude who works in marketing, since we clearly went with the gritty and hardcore route that I think is more people are used to seeing on Call of Duty, I feel like they just took it a little step further. Since having 3 humans, that's relatable. When someone sees that on the cover, they're gonna say, "Oh, 3 humans! Like that's a game about war. Dope."
What's
As
with
opposed
the
to-
purple woman and the guy with the metal face? Like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
relatable.
Although playing as a robot would be dope, but I mean, like most population doesn't necessarily think that. They want to.
Yeah, you think?
They want to
But I-
project themselves onto
Man.
humans.
Stephanie, if you
here's-
look at the Advanced Warfare promotional poster next to this thing, it looks like it was drawn by the same guy on the same day.
Wow.
Yeah,
it does.
so
It
really
does.
If you just replace the obvious like Warlock, Titan, Hunter armor with mil spec stuff from right now, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, the new Call of Duty title used much more futuristic looking guns,
Yeah.
and it appears to be in the Destiny universe.
Does
And
that
there's a big ball.
does that
golf
concern
ball.
you guys?
All right.
Does that concern you at all?
No,
No, because I don't
got
think this
No.
poster is necessarily reflective of what the game is going to be in every
Yeah.
way, right? It's a teaser image. They're not ready to show gameplay. They're not
Yeah.
ready to show story. You know, they wanted to put out Destiny 2 September, beta's coming,
Yep.
PlayStation exclusives.
They
Yeah.
hired a
Like,
guy.
that was the purpose.
They hired a guy to make it look like take the things that you know about Destiny, do not reveal things that we want to make big surprises out of, and make that teaser. That's why it's 3
Yeah.
humans with armor that is recognizable but not, exactly seen in the game right now. Suro's shotgun, that's an easy leap right there. Obviously the Traveler. There's just a few details in there that leave imagination up there.
Even the weapons,
I-
even though it's a Suro shotgun, I mean, look at the outline of that thing. You could basically pop a chaperone right into there, right?
Yeah.
You look at the rifle that the Titan is holding,
Hard
and you
light.
can pop a hard light right into
Yep.
there. And I can't say the same thing about the handgun that the hunter is using because it's kind of a weird
it
angle.
looks
And there's
it looks more like a sidearm when I zoom into it. Sidearm with an extended barrel.
I got this. I got this. This Destiny 2 starts in another tower.
Oh,
Okay.
The tower?
I'm with
Another
you.
tower.
I'm with you, Pope.
Another tower. Okay. And it's the storyline for a human that you start the game off on. Everybody starts as a human. You discover what happened.
Can't do that though. Our
Something's
characters
happened.
are moving forward.
Ooh,
No. Follow me. They're gonna
I'm
give
following.
us. They're gonna give us more than 3 characters that we can create. Because there's gonna be a 4th.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Are you following me?
Oh my God!
4
You
times
gonna have
3
nine
is
characters.
12.
We're gonna
3
get
platforms.
4 characters, bro. No,
right.
I think that we're gonna get another race, and that's gonna represent the 4th character.
I would love to see another race for sure. There is
Another
more
race would be
stuff
cool.
in this image, though. I think that's worth checking out because
Okay.
if you look at the landscape version of the photo, in the bottom left-hand side where the rating is, there's like that Peggy 16 rating. There's scraps of red cloth.
Yes.
And like you can't really see what that is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if like later on we see like a Destiny 2 art book that has like a full blown out image of the same thing and we could see what that cloth is. But could that be like or the Red Cabal that were leaked to the
Red Guard?
The Red
Red Guard.
Yeah.
Could that be like a Red Guard cape or sash or something, or could it be a?
It looks like a Fallen.
It does remind me of the Fallen, like a Fallen cape, or a one of the
like
flags
the
in the
red
tower. They're red.
Mhm.
You know, like I just like the imagery here, and I like that it's so shocking and different than what we're used to in Destiny 2 or Destiny.
It is, and if we go, it's actually really interesting that you said it's a tower flag, because I mean, there are flags in the tower.
Mhm.
If this is on the floor, then that indicates that something bad has happened to the tower.
Yeah.
So that's super interesting too.
Well-
it would be Banner Fall.
Right.
Banner fall.
The other thing
banner
too.
has fallen.
The other thing too about the Kotaku article was talking about again how they want to have an open playable space. They want to have towns, outposts. They want to have more player quests happening out in an expansive world and everything. So
Talking about the Kotaku article from around the time of Rise of Iron.
and Jason Schreier,
Not the one today that totally blew everything and got the timing wrong.
The timing, yeah, maybe. Well, anyways,
Yeah,
he talked about. He
said, yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
Well, the point is
I'm
though.
just not a fan of Kotaku. Go ahead.
Okay, well, they were one of the ones that leaked this stuff.
I
too.
know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ted.
Anyways, what they talked about.
Upset.
What they talked about is that it's going to be more of an expansive world. It's going to have quests, outposts, so on and so forth in an expansive planet-style type of experience, which we've all wanted and are very excited about. So they would have to kick the tower out in order to make that happen.
I think it's a very good answer to, as opposed to always go back to the tower. If we were to scatter the city and the tower into, we kind of become this nomadic fledgling type of people that have to fight back to bring back what we had. I think they're going to break us. I think Bungie wants to break us. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Break me, Bungie.
I'm so down.
It just works like if you put all the pieces together, leaks from the Mega Blocks, the Age of Triumph being our finest hour, like it just works so good to just knock our knees right out from under us, you know?
Hit us with the drop kick.
Hit it.
Yeah.
Go for the legs.
That's what I want. I want to not be powerful. You know, I want to run around trying to find my power again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
New powers.
That's what I want. New
Yeah,
powers.
new supers.
Exactly.
powers.
New
supers.
melees, new grenades, you know, whatever else Bungie has
Hell
up their
yeah.
sleeves. New
Yep.
weapons.
PC, 60 FPS, dedicated servers.
Titans
Oh my
can
god.
finally have the same melee range as warlocks.
No, definitely not.
Come on, Tiff.
That's going too far.
That's in the DNA of Destiny. Let's be honest.
All right, back to the image. We see an Omelan weapon. We see a Suros weapon. I mean, I can't make out much about that hand cannon. But do you think this is the return of Foundries? Could these later be revealed as like pre-order bonuses, weapons?
I think it's possible, but
maybe.
Again, this is promotional material to give us clues and information of the fact that Destiny 2 is getting hyped, but not actually giving us what's coming. You know, like that. That's how I'm taking it.
We have very familiar manufacturers in the cover art as well. I mean, Suros and Omelan, clearly we're familiar with them, so they're giving us just enough to be excited, but they don't want to reveal too much.
Also, like if this supposedly, oh my god, the last city's getting attacked, we're totally not prepared for this, even though all our guardians like wear our guns around the tower. It's like, oh, but we just need to grab whatever we have. Oh, the gunsmith's selling this test. All right, we're gonna use that. Sweet. Okay.
Gunsmith, what you got for me?
Guys,
go repel the.
I'm dying. Help me,
guys. I hope
repel the invasion with a 5-round hand cannon. Get wrecked, kid.
I hope out in the field we get to craft weapons and discover blueprints.
My God.
Right?
That would be slick.
Happy, this
Super
isn't
slick.
Zelda. We can't have everything.
You can't craft in Zelda. What are you talking about?
I hope that you
Cook.
can climb any wall you see, and when it rains, you just slide the fuck down.
No. That's why they barely have any metal armor on, because when the thunderstorms come, they don't want to get hit by that lightning.
You're right.
They don't want to get hit.
It's space age material. It doesn't get hit by lightning.
Anybody got anything else they want to share about the poster?
Believe there's.
I'm a little upset that it dropped.
Are you?
I bet
Yeah.
Bungie is.
No, for real. Like, and let
Are
me
you
explain.
upset? Yeah.
I'm upset that it. Okay, so I like Christmas. I've always loved Christmas. I love the anticipation of waiting until Christmas morning and running downstairs and opening up my presents. I love Christmas. And I really hate it when people ruin Christmas for me.
But
We're in the middle. Stop. We're in the middle of doing our victory lap. This is the age of triumph. I am excited about armor that glows and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden I find out that someone's rattled my Christmas present and told me that it's probably
it's dirty and dusty.
No, listen.
But we knew we were getting the present though.
Yeah, and every kid after Christmas or with Christmas happening knows that there's Christmas next year also. You never forget that Christmas is always on the horizon.
Your analogy is so close, but the actual analogy is this is like being woken up and your parents say, "It's fucking Christmas." You didn't even know. Merry motherfucking Christmas.
It's July, bitch.
You lose the anticipation. I mean, you lose all the excitement.
It's just a poster though. It's not like gameplay.
I think that's also why I agree with Pope to an extent. Why I'm upset because the poster was not supposed to be the reveal.
No,
let's be real. The poster is supposed to be something that comes along with the marketing, and it's like, oh, cool, check out this dope poster you see at GameStop. Destiny 2's on the horizon. The reveal is the gameplay. It's like the cinematic trailer. We got
Bungie,
the potatoes.
Bungie wanted to drop that beta like a hot fucking biscuit, man. They wanted to be up on stage,
like you could play
and be
now.
like, oh, and by the way, beta,
Play the beta.
Yeah,
and that's really what I want Destiny 2 as much as everybody. Trust me, but I also really love that how Bungie can sort of work us up into a frenzy and then let us go, right? It's just like a cathartic release, and it feels good. It's part of the excitement of waiting for a new game. And I just am disappointed, and that's probably one of the reasons why I was upset with Kotaku.
Pope.
Sorry.
That's the times that we live in now. And that's something
that's true.
You gotta fucking get used to it.
Christmas gets spoiled sometimes, Pope.
Yeah. Also, do you really think that like they were gonna send out these promotional materials and not expect anyone to be like, oh, goddamn, Destiny 2.
Maybe it got sent out too early. I don't know. But
a marketing company, they work with a lot of different people. Yeah. I bet you it was sent out prematurely. There is no reason for them to be sending it out right now.
Yeah.
We would be seeing a lot more posters as well, as opposed to like a couple
just Italian ones.
Right.
The other thing, people have been saying, oh, it was totally a fake leak, so they could start the buzz early. No, that's no.
It's not good timing right now.
Why the fuck would they release this right now when they've been so focused on Age of Triumph, and that's not even out yet? They really want us to play that and enjoy it because they've been hyping up. This is a celebration of the player, and they're getting ready to say, by the way, the celebration of the player. You're not even going to be thinking about that now because now there's going to be this other thing that's off in the distance. So that's
exactly. I want to be excited about armor.
This poster was supposed to come out like after like all the raids were done, like the 4 weeks of raids. I think this poster was supposed to that's when we were supposed to start hearing about this stuff. That's my guess. Yes. I was looking at the leaks versus reveals of like previous leaks, like the Gallerwing leak. That was leaked to June 20th and revealed on July 21st. So it was like a month ahead of time. The Rise of Iron poster leak was May 20th, and then the reveal was July 20th. So that's 2 months. Like this stuff, it gets out there. That one was different because that was at the printer, not at a retail location.
Yeah.
But I mean, they want, Bungie wants, they're masters of hype. They want to control this message. They want to be up at stage, dropping microphones when they release the beta, live at E3. Like they love this stuff.
Yeah,
you can say Sparrow Racing League today.
Here's the thing. I don't think this tarnishes my experience of Age of Triumph whatsoever. In fact, I want
it doesn't for me.
Yeah, what I would be. In fact, I'm more excited to play Age of Triumph now that I know that I've seen what Destiny 2 could possibly look like from a poster. That makes me as a gamer go, oh my God, now what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go play Destiny 1 again because I want to get hyped for Destiny 2. Obviously, that's what happens. I'm
playing Destiny 1 I'm hyped for Destiny 2
exactly.
now. I want to go play Vault of Glass every night.
Exactly. People are obviously they're going to be excited about getting exotic weapons or exotic elemental primaries. They're going to be excited about the armor and everything. But it is old content, and people know that, and Bungie knows that. So if we have the future just with a Christmas peak of seeing the package underneath the tree from the corner, being like, "Oh crap, there's a package underneath there! Holy crap!" You know, that makes playing the content that we have right now even more exciting.
Somebody
I agree
put
with
the
you, Tessie.
package under the tree with with a notice of what what store they bought it from. It's too much.
I asked for
All right, so
Destiny
let me
2
ask
though.
you guys
I knew
this.
it was going to be coming.
Let me ask you guys this. Now that we've seen the leak, when do you think we're going to start seeing official information
May.
from Bungie? Like, when are we going to start seeing live action trailers and
E3.
gameplay?
E3.
You guys think it's going to be E3? That's 2 months away.
I think now.
2 months.
Here's
It's
my
over 2
prediction.
months away, 2.5 months.
My prediction is a live action something or another in May, and then actual gameplay in E3.
I'm with you,
I
Tessie. I
could-
think
I could
I
see
think they're
that,
going to
yeah.
tease it out
Mhm.
like that. Like
Definitely.
we won't see gameplay until E3, and we're going to see that live on
A
the
lot of-
PlayStation 4 press conference, like the big E3 press
Yeah.
conference.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's right.
like up till that point, I think we'll get little bits and feeds, like the live action trailer, like that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I bet we'll see it.
Yep.
Because live
Also-
action, it doesn't usually show you too much, right? You
No,
see like very
no.
basic stuff about the game,
Yeah.
and then we'll see the gameplay. So yeah, I could totally see that happening. That you get to see this live action thing.
That's a
Yeah.
big trend that keeps happening is we get either cinematic or live action, and then it's a get ready for blah 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 at E3, where that's where we actually show all the meat and potatoes and
The
everyone
beta
gets
will be
hyped.
playable at E3.
And you can play it right now.
Oh my god!
And then Destiny, and then the whole Destiny Twitter is like, "Yo, beta right now! Sign up! Sign up! Sign up!" Sign up.
People are passing out
Yeah.
in the
Entire
street.
The whole
feed is gonna be
server crashes.
destroyed.
PS4s are overheating
it's
for
gonna
some
be
reason.
great.
What is this?
And then the server is gonna go down, and then the entire Destiny Twitter is gonna start memeing it, just like they did
Tape
with Rise
years.
of Iron. Tape
Never
years.
forget the tape years.
Nope.
right,
One other
so-
thing I do. One other thing I
Go
want to say. People have been passing around this like scheduled PlayStation
Jesus.
scheduled PlayStation press conference schedule. This is what's gonna. This is all that's gonna be presented. This is what they're showing. This is how long the trailers are. That's fake. It's not
Make
real.
believe. Yeah.
That was.
It's
a
a
wish
wish
list.
list.
It's someone's wish list for Destiny 2 to have an 8-minute trailer. Not real. Please.
I got it.
don't-
Took
don't
me
believe it.
3 minutes to figure out that was fake. I'm
Oh,
so
gee,
Another-
a fucking random Excel spreadsheet with stuff kind of haphazardly highlighted on
I'm
it.
pretty sure
guess I
anything in
just wish
Excel
people-
has a shred of confidence in it.
Mhm.
It's Excel, for God's sakes. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Another
gotta be.
rumor that I've been hearing a lot, but I cannot find any documented and I don't believe it at all. I haven't found any document that like confirms it in any way. Is people are saying that the PlayStation exclusivity is going to be shortened this time to 3 months, and
No.
I would
I
be very
doubt it.
cautious of believing that rumor because I have seen
Yeah.
no indication of it.
We haven't heard anything about that.
I think the year exclusivity is not really up to Bungie. I think that's up to what Activision chooses based on their. I mean, I guess their weight and decisions. So
Hmm.
I mean, I can't speak to where it comes from, but I can say that, like, as gamers, we all hate it. But
Hmm.
I mean, making assumptions that it's going to be reduced down to 3 months, I think is risky because you're going to set yourself up for disappointment if it's wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would expect 1 year, and then if we do hear something about them changing it up in some way that is better, then awesome. We can all celebrate
Right,
and be happy about
exactly.
that. But just assume a year. I mean, they do have the PC to think about now. So it's going to be like, it's on PS4, and then you have to wait such and such time for it to get it on the PC, which is kind of, that's marketing dollars right there that they could reacquire by getting people excited for that content that's going to come to them. So, but I would expect a year, honestly.
yeah, I'm gonna say a year as well.
yeah.
I'm gonna.
We got a lot more to talk about. Should we move
there's
on
a
to the?
We need to.
All right,
Let's
let's
dance
do
prior.
Week.
the. So we got the live stream, right? The last of 3 live streams
The
detailing
best
what
one.
is
Which
The
killed
the
best.
best one by far. Yeah. Detailing what is going to be in the Age of Triumph. And do you guys want to start with like the weapon and sandbox changes, and we'll move on to like what's new coming for rewards? Or do you want to do it the opposite way?
I want to first mention that this is the moment. I want to kind of timestamp the moment where I fell in love with Josh Hamrick. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure. No, it wasn't during the live stream. It was after the live stream when he clarified every fucking question anybody had in the universe.
Yeah, the title of this podcast is the Josh Hamrick Appreciation Podcast. Also, Destiny 2 League featuring Bluewestlo. That's the working title that I'm going with, and I'll probably end up using it.
All right. So, first of all, we heard right away that the hand cannons are getting another nerf. Their range,
3 meters,
maximum range,
3 meters
by 3 meters.
The world is ending.
Of the world as we know it.
Well, they got
was literally Twitter.
To be fair, they got a buff, and now they're getting a nerf.
Yeah,
A very nice buff, might I add.
really nice.
Yes.
They got a buff nerf. It was a buff nerf,
buff-
and
it was
now
a buff
just
nerf.
a nerf.
But
A
the
burf.
buff was nice, though. Like, it was
A
The
burf.
buff
nice.
was really nice.
Yep.
They got a burf.
The birth.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
the burf it is.
So is 3 meters? 3 meters made every competitive PvP player in the realm of Destiny literally shit themselves like instantaneously on Twitter. I mean, it was. I am. You know, I don't play.
I don't know if that's
competitive.
fair, Pope.
Are you talking about coordinated bowel movements across the Twitterverse?
Yes, it was instantaneous bowel movements.
Mm.
No, you know what? I can see why in a game of inches, which, you know, competitive PvP can be, they're
Story
all
of my
very
life.
highly. Sorry. Wow.
Fuck your train of thought right up.
Woo. Okay, so in a game of inches, competitive PvP can be tough. So you're talking about 3 meters is what? How many feet? 15 feet? Something like that?
3 meter. A meter is 3.281 feet.
Okay, so the point is that for competitive PvP, I'm pretty sure that's like a huge mountain. But for a lot of people, I don't think that.
It's the equivalent of, okay, so you know Mohawk on Bannerfall, the big, the center ridge thing that kind of divides the courtyard in half. 3 meters of that is about 1/3 of that, if you're looking for an actual in-game measurement. And that's just the distance that, like, the distance that you can do max damage went from, let me get my camera right, from this, let me get my hands, from this to about that.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. Hand cannons will
But-
still be fine. You will still be able to 3-tap people in the normal ranges, but for like the very further ranges, it's going to start happening a little bit further, a little further on, unfortunately.
You might see you have to 4-tap people more often
Yeah, at match
at
4,
that
it's
extreme range.
it's fine. I saw a lot of people going, oh my god, Last Word's dead. Last Word is a full auto hand cannon that has survived every single nerf that has ever happened to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It will be fine.
What it does
I
do
think
is
it
open
does.
up.
It does, however, it does promote like the sameness of perk selection
Yes.
that
It does.
kind of
I don't
sucks
like
about
that.
hand cannons. Like, right?
Yes.
It's like you've got 1 or 2 perks that are absolutely must have on a hand cannon, or it's absolute garbage.
So
Yeah.
It's like not worth using.
whenever I see these global nerfs that happen, to classes, I really hate it because it's what happened to shotguns. I can tell you, no one's using random shotguns now. Everyone's still using Matador because everything's been nerfed on shotguns to the point, or everything on shotguns has been balanced around the Matador being the best thing.
Yeah.
And now it's the only thing to use. Hand cannons, if you keep making range that much of a problem, or that much of a stat that you really need to focus on, people will continue to only use, rifled barreled, Ayaz Luna type guns.
Yeah.
That's
But isn't that really how this type of game sort of boils down to anyway? The longer, between sandbox updates, when they're not significant enough of updates, you get it takes a while for the community to figure out what the best gun is, but then everybody kind of goes after that specific role, right? So are you suggesting that instead of maybe bringing back the range on hand cannons, they adjust the perk of rangefinder or the perk of that made those guns better?
I would suggest that they look at individual hand cannons and adjust those. So like Patrick's example of the Matador specifically, instead of making a vast change to every hand cannon, why don't we look at the one that is an issue, right? Why don't we look at the ones that have like that, that are the standouts?
Or small theory, or instead of the ones that are standing out, why does everything else suck so much ass?
Yeah, that's a good question too.
Can we buff the other ones?
Yeah,
there are buffs coming. I want to talk about that. I did a
yes.
Twitter poll yesterday because Pope, you actually mentioned that like every competitive player was like was shitting their britches yesterday. I did a Twitter poll, and it was actually people were pretty welcoming of this change. There's like 1,900 votes in this thing, and the possible answers were promote hand cannon range nerf promotes weapon diversity, ruins exotic hand cannons, reduces choice in perks, or won't make a difference. The two with the most votes were promotes weapon diversity and won't make a difference. Like,
what are the two second ones combined results?
44%.
Okay, so you have one positive and two negatives.
I have two negatives.
Yeah, so
two positive, two negative.
Right. So if you just generalize, is it good or bad?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah. Overall, it got a positive reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Still, it shows that there are the competitive. I think the PvP players, in general, if you are competitive, you're gonna want that range. You're gonna want that ability to hit your shots accurately. And I think that one of the arguments that I felt was the most
this doesn't affect accuracy, right?
No, it's damage fall off. It's damage fall off, not range. So.
Right, but what I'm talking about is the ability to have a high risk, high reward gun, not have a high risk. So if you have a hand cannon with lots of range, you don't have to go meet your enemy somewhere. You can stay behind cover on a corner, which is designed for larger volume magazine weapons, and you have to move into the engagement zone to get that high risk, high reward. So if you do not have the high risk any longer and you can sit behind a corner, pop out and have a high range and hit a shot and pop back in, they're going to beat out anything that has to sustain fire. So by shortening the range, now that player can't be in that low risk zone of the corner, now has to go out into the open, and a hand cannon lives where it's supposed to live, which is high risk, high reward.
Mm-hmm.
If you're accurate, you will win that engagement. So
I agree with that. What I didn't agree with is that every PvP player was having a shit fit yesterday.
It was what was it? A superlative. It was just a gross exaggeration. I apologize for the PvP players who did not shit themselves.
Get ready to say, because I'm still wearing that same pair of underwear, man. If I shit myself, I'm going to be in a big problem now.
Keep it clean here.
Yeah.
There was definitely concern about the exotic hand cannons, and there was some concern in the PvE community. You know, we're finally getting the Fatebringer back, and it receives a nerf, like even right before we get it back.
Guys, just get an answering cord like mine. You'll be fine. It's going to be great.
I've dismantled so many answering cords out of spite.
You need a new one. It's going to be the best.
So
auto rifles are getting a bump.
Yeah. That's why it's going to be the best.
Bless up.
So did you guys notice, this is important, what I'm talking about, because people in chat are saying, does Pope know what the hell he's talking about? Yes, I do. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. You got an auto rifle that has more shots to hit to kill, right? They're behind cover and they're a fire suppression weapon. They're popping out. They're right? So that's the zone they're supposed to live in. So if you got a gun like that, its damage is now fully accurate at its max range up to 50%, which no other gun is allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No other gun. Auto rifles are now allowed to do that. So now, because of that 50% damage reduction at max range, they're now competitive with that hand cannon, where that guy has to come out into the open now. He has to high risk, high reward. He now has to come out in the open, and an auto rifle now can be behind cover.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly the way it's supposed to be.
Well, I don't think 3 meters fixes that dynamic because of how the map balance is.
It's mostly a map issue.
I think we're still gonna have the same metagame, quite honestly. Obviously, this kind of moves the goalpost for other hand cannons, which is my main issue, which is what Holtz talked about, is when you nerf these guns, you're nerfing the top tier of gunplay for them, but you're also bringing down the rest of the class. So it does promote weapon diversity in that you're probably going to be seeing auto rifles and definitely more pulse rifles now because of that nerf. But you also have less weapon diversity in the hand cannon class because it becomes even more centralized. Now you have to have that IS Luna with rangefinder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, when it comes to range and just the map balance and what you're talking about, the dynamic of this is the range auto rifles are king, this is the range hand cannons are king. I don't think there's really such a thing as that, just because purely the maps are built on close quarter weapons. Hand cannons are always going to be strong because of how the map is balanced. Every map is balanced.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. So range coming to auto rifles. That's nice. Hopefully with the buff that they just got in the last update, hopefully they get a little more viable. I still don't feel like they're really that good right now. Hopefully the range helps them out a little bit.
Yeah.
I lost my
the
spot. I'm sorry.
Necrochasm thing? Do you want to talk about that?
I was going to
one?
go over
huge.
all the exotics at the same time.
Okay.
Necrochasm boys.
Sidearms. Sidearms have been a big topic of conversation since the last update. They're getting a small change. When you respawn, you spawn with 1 mag of ammo.
Yep.
So when you
No
die,
backpack.
you cannot collect ammo, die, and keep that ammo. All the ammo you kept. When you die, you keep 1 magazine of ammo.
Yeah.
This seems like a good change. That's smart.
It needed to happen.
It desperately
Yeah.
needed to happen.
Yeah. I mean, they're the only, not the only, but predominantly, that's what you're seeing in the Crucible right now.
Yeah. Outside of
another
trials,
change to special ammo
constant
that
wormwood.
hopefully will promote diversity is that special ammo crates will now automatically load your gun. So when you pop a special ammo crate,
It's great.
your
So
gun
good.
is
My transverse
loaded.
steps.
You
I
don't
know,
have
right?
to go through a
They were
reload
half
animation. It
useful.
works exactly like heavy ammo does in the Crucible. When you pop that thing and you whip out your shotgun, it is automatically loaded.
Yep.
You can start firing right away.
That's great.
Or a sniper.
That's a really
Or
good
a
change.
Yeah.
Really good.
Hopefully, I'm hoping that between the sidearm change and between that change, we do start seeing some diversity.
Yeah. Well, it gives you a reason to use a shotgun or a sniper rifle when rush for some special ammo, where you could get some interesting plays off from just suddenly getting the reload and getting some headshots. So I think that's good.
I
Memory
think it's a great change.
Sorry, Patrick, go ahead.
No, that's fine. I'm saying it's a great change. That's another change that the community requested. They didn't like having to reload their weapons, especially shotguns, since it takes so goddamn long.
Yeah. Oh my
Right.
god.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my poor fourth horseman that I always use in PvP all the time, and it's totally useful.
Hey, Sheik used that, or Fun Police.
Yeah.
Oh,
uses
really?
Fourth Horseman.
Oh,
He uses
he's a
it.
god
It's
with it.
hilarious. It's
He does
hilarious.
his own thing. He's
does.
a very specific man.
Dude's got like a 98% headshot accuracy with the chaperone.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's insane.
Memory of Scory is getting the change that they previously mentioned. To activate the perk on the artifact, you have to score a kill. That's true in the Crucible or in PvE. That perk is then active for 1 minute and then it turns off. And between rounds in Trials of Osiris, it also turns off. So
It resets.
even if you have 30 seconds left on your timer, at the beginning of the next round, you're starting with nothing.
Yeah.
It's great.
This was like the best possible way to balance it in PvP while still keeping it relevant in PvE.
Yeah.
Like this was a really, really overall awesome change.
It was a really good change, yeah, because the main issue that people had with Scories and Trials is people sitting in the back, whereas this is you have to actually engage with the people in the game to get use out of Scories. So
Yeah.
Now
and in
they'll be
PvE,
sitting
you're
in the
killing
back
little
with
dudes all the
snipers,
time.
aiming at every entrance so they're gonna get a kill and start using their Scories.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Well, actually, hold up. On the contrary, do you think that change might have completely killed Scories now for PvP?
For PvP?
Yeah. And
I mean, it's definitely gonna be less useful.
well, I mean, how useful at this point now?
I think it killed it for threes.
Okay.
But
Killed it
did
for
not
trials.
kill it. But it did
Yeah,
not
probably
kill
did
it
kill it for
for
trials.
sixes.
Yeah,
The
for
amount of
sixes
time
it's
you
still
get
effective.
kills and deaths and stuff.
Okay. I'm just trying to think, there was
I don't
there was
really
a
run it
compelling
anyway, so I don't really know
Yeah.
how to use it effectively, to be honest with you.
Well, you get your super, then you put it on, and then all of a sudden
Be a
you can
god.
feed.
Slay all day.
Yeah. But I was just thinking about it. I was like, I'm very happy about it because I think that's a dumb way to play. And I mean, when you want to win, so you do whatever you can. But still, it doesn't promote a fun play style. But
It's not
at
fun.
the same time, this effectively completely destroys that for any of that situation, which I'm okay with. I'm not saying, oh no, poor Scories. I'm just
It'll
thinking,
still be in PvE though.
yeah,
I could see it being very successful in raids.
It's
Oh, yeah.
always been successful in raids.
Yeah.
One of the big, basically the biggest, like, oh no, kind of dissenting opinion about this change was, oh, now we can't like build our supers at the start of fights.
Now we can't farm supers before we get in a fight.
Name a PvE fight where you absolutely need to use your super at the very start.
Literally none.
It doesn't matter.
Literally none.
Because
Yeah.
and then the mobs will come out very shortly after that. Boom, you will start killing things, and then you will have your supers to build up. If you really need to build your supers, just do a super building run where you kill ads.
Also,
That's how it works.
Do you really
That's how it's always
need
worked.
your super to do raids? Like,
really
before
don't.
Scories, we were raiding fine. So, like, I don't know.
And I mean, at the end of the day, most of the people who run Scories in PvE are Sunsingers who probably never use their super anyway. Like,
That's okay.
True.
You guys are being condescending because I love using Scories in PvE. I use it all the time, and
On
I run
Sunsinger?
as a Defender Titan.
oh no! You put your bubble down, Poe. Put it down. Everyone's gonna wipe. You can't farm Scories with that.
No, you don't understand. Like, there is times when you've got like farming Scories. Scories is much more than that. Like, it's if you're
We're going
running
into some
strikes,
existential stuff.
Yeah.
Right now.
if you're running strikes properly, you have your super quite often. So it's just
People in chat did correct me. There are 2 fights in the game. Tether at the start of King's Fall, if your group wants to do the orb farm at the start of
True.
King's Fall, which is valid for that particular fight. Siege Engine,
we did that shit though before we had Scories.
Yeah, we did that.
we
before
did,
had-
yeah.
Come on.
We managed to do that before.
This is
we
a
know
had
good net
Scories.
change. I'm sorry.
This is-
If it affects 2 fights in the game, this is a good net change.
Listen,
And they're fights that you could work around. Like Holt said, like just do super farm runs. It was a.
I
Yeah,
just think that people
a
that play
staple.
PvE are a little, I consider myself more of a PvE player these days than PvP, and I'm going to say that I'm a little pissed off that
every single
Destiny,
change that has ever
every
happened
single
to
thing,
Sandbox
because
became-
people in PvP constantly whine and bitch about stuff.
okay.
All of a sudden, then it affects PvE, and I'm going to put
Well,
it right
I
down.
understand.
This is, hold up. This is actually exactly why I brought this up for the PvP side, because why not just completely take it out of PvP instead of making some of these changes? Because I don't like, who's going to use it in PvP at this point.
Well, I agree with that logic in that a lot of stuff should be separated, but from what I understand with Bungie's vision with Destiny 1 is they want you in the very start of their marketing, they wanted you to be able to take the things that you've earned from any game mode and use it universally throughout the game. So that's just their design process. It's not the best for me, and I think for a lot of people, but that's their philosophy on this game at the moment.
Yeah. I think that's why I brought it up as to whether or not it was going to actually, because again, I think that it killed it for PvP completely. Why not just use Yolders or something else? Why run Scories to get a kill in 6s, and if that's the case, why not just remove it from PvP and keep it the same as it was in PvE? But anyways, we should probably move on.
All right, moving on. The regen health perks that got busted accidentally, well, most of them are getting fixed. So they're restoring many of them, including the Word of Dawn, the Soros regime.
Yeah.
But they will be keeping the change that has been instituted to the Red Death, Lifesteal, Hungering Blade. However, there's a small adjustment. You'll get more of your health back than you are currently.
My
So it
Voidwalker's
depends on
hurting.
that. It depends on that specific number. How much more health you're getting
I
back.
believe it was like you currently you get like 30. Currently you get like 37, and it's going up to like 50-ish. I can't remember the exact number.
Yeah, it's 50 something.
This is important right now for PvE players because we're going into Crota where the last fight you can't get your health back. And
right?
I know I relied on Red Death and Soros regime to get my health back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
A lot of people did. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been such a pain in the ass if that was bugged during that time. Oh man.
Yeah.
I think the most heartbreaking
so
thing
this
for
is
me
nice.
is my Voidwalker is just not as fun anymore in PvE. I felt like Voidwalker was finally in a really, really good spot, and then when they did that health regen nerf, I mean, Voidwalker kind of sucks. Like,
Does it really though? Does it
but
really?
it does.
Does it really though? Does
But
it?
Patrick, look at me. Well, you can't look at me. But
all right. I'm looking at a little.
Do you
penguin
actually
thing.
think Voidwalker's like good? It's like usable as like a good pick in raids at this point.
Oh, raids.
Because as far as like end game content, because I felt like in a lot of stuff,
I think it is.
The Voidwalker is definitely a good pick in the raids, specifically the one that's coming up right now with Bloom, with what's that black helmet that constantly
Obsidian Mine,
super back,
Obsidian Mine.
Yeah, that is a boss ass setup for
Through the
Protozen
lanterns.
raid.
I think
Through
they're
the
still.
lanterns, yeah.
I think voids are still good, and I think this buff is obviously going to bring them back to being like unkillable. Because I think that's the thing that I miss the most, which I guess I got kind of pampered over. Is I felt unkillable in PvE as a Voidwalker, which I guess is part of the reason why they didn't want this regen being so crazy.
Yeah.
It
Like,
kind of
it's toss
sounds like
it in-
you just
into
explained
regen.
why they nerfed it.
But like, I miss it though. But wouldn't it be dope if I could go back to it? But like, I understand now. All right, I answered my own question.
There are some builds with nothing manacles and the melees with the Voidwalker and using the Monte Carlo that make running a Void Warlock through strikes and through raids extremely viable. You can be a add suppression and
There's
super
a lot
machine.
of ways to run a Voidwalker through strikes and be super
Mhm.
effective.
When you kill something and your grenade almost instantaneously recharges.
Yeah.
It's totally
Yeah.
Or when you kill something with your super and your super almost instantly
No,
recharges.
I'm pretty sure it's fine.
I mean,
He just wants it to be like the obvious pick like it used to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, the more we talk about this, the more I realize how wrong I am. So we need to.
We change subjects. Okay.
All right, let's move
Eric's
on to
exotic.
Wait,
Hunters.
wait. Look what happened. The first person to stand up for warlocks on the podcast, we just like pushed
Hey,
down. So
listen.
thank you,
As
Blue.
a Warlock main.
You are not a warlock main.
Have you seen the Vault of Glass armor? I am a Warlock main, my friend.
Oh, you are a jerk, though. You are a vagabond. You are a carpet bag.
I have been a Warlock main since the beginning.
You have not, you lying sack.
I think
Dress was just
all
made of
of
a
it.
different
I
material.
am sick of your
okay?
anti-Warlock ways, Pope Bear.
that's right.
Thank you, Brian.
I'm all about fun PVE, and I feel you. I want instant everything coming back, so I can just spam supers. When I did the hammer glitch, it was some of the
That was
best
fun.
striking I've ever done. It was
By
You
the
got
way, you
Daybreak
may
to look
wanna-
forward to, though.
so good.
By the
Daybreak's
way,
going to be a lot of fun.
speaking of that hammer glitch, infinite super for hammers and blade dancers, do that while you can, because with the patch that's going away.
Are they finally fixing it?
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
TWAB, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, we're moving along. Let's try and move a little
Definitely
faster through some of this stuff.
Please, please.
Next up, the recovery nerf on Blink is being removed. So that was added quite a while ago. That's being removed. Also, the length of time that the HUD is disabled for after blinking is getting reduced.
Okay.
So hopefully blade dancers aren't feeling so left out in the cold, because they got hit pretty rough.
Yeah.
A couple of changes to exotics that are worth mentioning. No Land Beyond will now have flinch in line with other sniper rifles.
Yep.
The recently neutered Truth will be granted 1 extra rocket in reserve per ammo crate pickup,
super
and
fast
an increase to reload speed to the max available rocket to rocket launchers. So
Yes.
it'll have an extra ammo in reserve, extra rocket in reserve, and reload faster.
Which I'm not really stoked about as far as PvP is concerned, because I don't really care for somebody getting a heavy ammo crate and having 4 rockets. But
I'll do have to reload every time.
oh, okay.
Well, I mean, that affects it. At the heat of the
Well,
moment, you can get headshot, and then as you're headshotting them, you'll die from the rocket, and they'll die and lose all those rockets. So instead of being able to whip out 2 rockets,
Yeah, now if I get a 360 no scope fakey with my truth, then who you gonna snipe,
Yeah.
Tefty?
Yeah, who's gonna snipe you then?
nobody.
Yeah.
Not sniping with that No Land Beyond, because I just flinched your ass.
Yeah. that truth
Austin
rocket launcher, you
316,
can
I just
track
flinched your
somebody. You can track somebody from across the map, and it just.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's the
It is
exact
definitely
sound
an
that it makes.
exotic rocket launcher.
Yes.
All right.
All right,
Next,
fine.
moving on to brand new stuff. They unveiled the primary raid Adept exotics.
Oh,
I think
good
everybody
Lord.
was
I
wondering
don't know
how
why
exactly
they're
they were going to bring this stuff back.
exotics.
they revealed it. There will be 2 versions of every primary weapon that you get from every raid, every 390 light raid. One will be a legendary version that will be just like the one you remember, obviously upgraded to 390 light, but in the case where it used to have elemental damage, it will now just be kinetic.
It kind of sounds like we need some more vault space.
You're not, boy howdy,
Oh
my friend.
my God.
Also, aside from the
Someone say
legendary version, there will also be a primary raid adept version of every single primary in the raids. These primaries, these adept versions, these exotic versions will have the burns. The
And they look different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They look really good.
Yeah.
They look really
They
good.
actually look really cool.
Yeah, they upgraded
I
the
was
visuals.
really
They
happy
just
with
went like pure gold
Yeah.
just to finish it off. I just went like a gold, like pure gold Fatebringer. That would have been dope.
Midas.
Yeah. The silver and gold is pretty cool. I like it a lot. I really like how the vision looked too. The vision and confluence.
Yeah.
Oh, Vision was
They
beautiful.
look
The
beautiful.
artwork for this update, the design work, I mean, it makes me so excited for D2. But this is beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
the
like,
armor.
and the guns, I mean, they look gorgeous. I mean,
I honestly have a feeling this is the type of armor we're getting because last gen was left behind.
Yeah.
yeah,
We get all these dope.
The animations and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about the armor in a bit. I want to
Yeah.
finish with the weapons before we
So
move
can we
on.
talk about the you said what the adept of the weapons, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that signifies? Did they mention anything about them being able to have like multiple exotics?
Multiple exotics?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so I'm trying to
Equipped?
think of why.
No. They specifically say that it's an exotic. You're not going to be able
Okay,
to have like
all right.
an exotic Fatebringer and then your ice
Full
breaker
exotics.
as well.
Yeah. They wanted some sort of balance to say, hey, if you are going to have a elemental primary, then
Yeah.
you're going to have to give up an exotic special, or you're going to have to give up your Galahorn essentially, or Black Hammer.
Okay,
So
all right. So why is it like with your like what you're saying, Watts? Why is it now a designation of adept?
Well, I don't know. I don't know
No,
why
that's
they called
I'm
it.
agreeing with your question.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like why is it adept exotic instead of just like exotic? And it comes with elemental damage.
It's because it's an adept version of the weapon, similar to Trials of Osiris, where here's this adept
but
version.
they're not exotic,
of,
Pat.
But here's the exotic version.
So adept
Why
just
are
means
they
a better
exotic?
version of the game because
It
I
doesn't
wish
make
they-
sense.
I wish they would
Yes,
just
it
call
does.
it something else.
doesn't.
As opposed to
Yes, it does.
adept.
Emerald.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have
Adept
just called it
means-
exotic.
At the
in my
very
opinion.
least, yeah.
Yeah, special exotic, adept exotics.
They could have called
This-
them pearlescent.
This is a little bit semantic, so I'm just going to move this on now.
Pearlescent.
yeah, please move on.
Every weapon that you get from the raids is going to drop at up to 400 light level, so you won't have to be infusing stuff just to start using it in the raid. And all the weapons are coming back with one notable exception: the Black Hammer from Crota's End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They specifically
Good.
pointed that one out, that the Black Spindle replaced that. It
Yep.
works better as an exotic. There was a lot of questions about that moving forward. I just kind of was hoping they were just going to bring it back. I'm going to
Me
be honest with
too.
you.
I can't believe they just killed it. They're like, listen, this is too powerful. We're literally leaving
We
it
didn't,
behind.
kill, we didn't kill it. It's the black spindle now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
I can't make half the sexual innuendos with the Black Spindle that I could with the Black Hammer. I personally miss it
Yeah.
greatly.
Agreed.
It
I mean,
cuts
every
down your
time I
jokes
shot
by,
the Black
like,
Hammer, I chuckled.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing.
Rest in peace, all the dirty dad jokes.
Yep.
We're leaving you behind in 2015.
No, probably not.
There's
Now-
plenty more exotics to make jokes on.
I'll just keep joking about my wormwood.
There you go.
Yeah.
No,
All right.
okay.
So
Hey, Lamau.
here's the deal, guys.
It's 2-inch barrel.
Patrick, you mentioned it earlier. Vault space is going to be a concern even for the most conservative players because you're
Yep.
It is.
going to get all the legendary weapons from each of these raids and exotic versions of all the primaries.
Yep.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of freaking weapons, man.
a lot of weapons.
I just cleaned out my vault, and I know I'm not gonna
Me
have a-
too.
Like I have
Oh, really?
I have like 40. Hefty is so screwed. I don't even.
Oh, am I blue?
Oh no, you missed the
nuked
stream,
everything,
Blue.
didn't
You missed it. It was
I
the
did?
great. Yeah, he had a spring cleaning,
I
man.
had a.
What you cleaned out like 4 weapons.
I
Dad?
streamed. Oh, 4 weapons.
Oh no!
I
You're
streamed
on like
Okay.
3
How
hours.
much?
3.5 hours of deleting
Oh my god! No
things
way.
out of my vault, and I went through the
serial
weapons.
collector?
I went through my
Really?
weapons, and I had chat vote whether or not things. You know what chat killed? You want to know what
Chat
they killed?
takes the wheel.
My beautiful year 1 longbow synthesis
Holding his heart.
that was
and
with me
everything?
through
Oh my-
so many kills. They killed that
You
thing.
weren't going to use it.
Of course not. It was
If
sitting in the
you-
vault.
if you-
Why would I use it
Well,
right now? It was a collector's
I
item.
did keep my my white weapon for Crota just in case. They're like, if you have the white thing,
the
you
husk?
can.
The
I
husk?
have my husk
Oh,
in
yeah?
the pit.
Oh, you got a
have it.
husk? I still
I
got
have
a
a husk.
crux.
I still have a crux too.
Well, if
actually,
we put them together, maybe it's gonna be like
Yeah.
the friendship thing where you tether with someone and you do a whole quest. Be like, you have
You
a
get one
crux, you got a husk.
Necrochasm. You get them on the weekends. I'll take them during the week.
There you
By
go.
the way, for
Okay.
blue, I
Mom, Dad,
actually
don't
I
fight.
reduced my armor down to 0 in the vault, and I have 54 weapons left in my my weapons vault.
My god, you're set. What?
Exactly.
Yeah, you go.
I still have to do it on the
I gotta do
Xbox
the
though.
same thing on
I
Monday,
did-
Tefty.
I did spring cleaning. I couldn't even get like under 40 slots.
Have
Like,
chat do it for you, Bluewestlo.
Yeah,
they're
chat-
not connected. They're not.
Oh
they're not
my
emotionally
God.
connected.
Chat will murder a lot of things for you. I also have to still do this on the Xbox because the Xbox is just bad, unfortunately.
Oh, another 4-hour Tefty stream. Get
Hey,
ready, chat.
Tefty, what would you say about me loaning you my account and then you looking through my vault?
Do you even have anything in your vault? You've like deleted
Oh, no.
so many damn
Is
characters.
it just lists of
Oh,
dog
no.
rolls?
Oh my gosh, you can have fun with it and then have your chat decide what.
Let
to
me
Oh,
do
man.
it. Let me do it. I will.
I would never give you that satisfaction, Patrick. Are you
Please.
kidding
Yeah,
me right
Pat would nuke all kinds of stuff for you.
I need this.
now?
All right, let's move on. We got a lot more news to cover.
All right.
There was a little bit of controversy about the Adept weapons only being available through challenge modes because that's a lot of exotics that are only available if you run hard mode raids at 390 light and do the challenges. Some people were saying, like that seems a little rough.
Well,
I did another poll. 50% say, I'm sorry, 53% of people said it's a well-earned reward. 34% said it's rough on solo players. 6% said it's elitist, and 7% said it's bringing my clan back to the game.
yeah, you see,
The whole
Most
elitist
people,
thing makes
seem
me
to be
want to shoot
supportive of
myself in my foot. Continue.
the thing is, you have
I
a weekly raid
agreed.
that's selected that's going to give you this stuff. You're not gonna be able to get the exotic stuff from every raid every week. You're only going to be able to get it from which one's selected, and you only have 3 times to do that. So.
You can still get the regular legendary versions.
Yep.
They just won't have elemental damage. They're exactly the same. They just don't have the elemental damage. You've lived without elemental damage for a while. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll handle it. You'll be okay.
The game's about getting the best stuff.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I think it's totally fine to leave some things for people who play a lot to get. I think it's okay to do that. You can still get the legendary version. You get the exotic version and the ornaments to be like, hey, this is me. I raid. I'm a hardcore person. This is what I do. You can still get the armor. You can still get the legendary versions by just doing the raid.
I will say this, though, is that in this particular moment of Destiny's lifespan, there's a lot of raid teams that just don't exist anymore. Like a lot of people have left this game, aren't coming back. Like a lot of people I know are scrambling to get raid teams together. I think LFG sites are going to see kind of a little heyday here for a brief period of time because
that's good though. It's going to
I
form
think
a lot
it's
of
really
new
good,
raid
That
teams.
is good.
it'll form a lot of new friendships. That's true. But it is kind of sad that
Well, the game has been
the
out.
raid teams have felt neglected for the last 2 years.
Yeah, but that's a thing. Like things coming. I mean, there's even trials teams that have decided to disband, and they've had enough. They're moving on to other games and so on and so forth. So it happens in the life cycle of the game. I think again, you just have to take it with a grain of salt and realize that things are going to change. Things are going to move on. You should look for new friends. Honestly, if you're going to want to get back into raiding and your team has disbanded completely, then look for new teams. Get on Twitch chats.
But Tefty,
Go LFG.
I'm antisocial. I don't like people.
How did you get to your first team then?
You might want to check out this game called The Witcher. It might be more your speed.
So how would you recommend them doing that, Tefty?
I honestly, it would. So LFG is an option. I know LFG has been rough, but when the patch drops, I think it's probably going to be better because more people are interested. The other option is the 100.io to actually, the same type of thing. It's like an LFG, but it's more of a community type of thing. And another option that is really fantastic is get into Twitch chats and start talking to people about the raids, because people want to be a part of something. They'll watch what's happening, and then they'll talk to other people about what they think about the raids and how things are happening. And then they'll be like, oh, you're on Xbox? I'm on Xbox. Let's raid. Cool. Oh, I have some other friends too.
You know what another great source is? The newly released Destiny community podcast, Discord. I probably should have.
Holy crap, that segue.
I probably should have talked to you guys about saying, hey, yeah, we're announcing it this podcast. Hey, the command's already in all of your chats. I infiltrated.
He's infiltrated our chats. Whether you want it or not.
Link is in the description. I don't know what the thing is. Okay, you guys got it. There you go. Awesome. That's not correct. Discord. Whatever. There's a DCP Discord that you guys can all. You guys can all go join that. Talk if you are a fan of Destiny Community Podcast. If you are a fan of Destiny, if you are a fan of these wild mics and headphones that you've noticed that we've been using. They're just some of the iconic gear that Blue creates. Blue's award-winning products are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. Their Yeti USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their MoFi and Lola headphones deliver an insane sound and a very personalized fit. Blue offers everything you need to completely immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com. I did so much segueing for that one.
You segued so hard, man. It was beautiful.
All right, we're gonna bring it right back though.
Yeah, we got to talk about the armor.
I know I'm really pushing this forward, but I really want to get to everything.
Yeah, we got to talk about armor.
I wanted to get that.
Exotic weapons are getting some changes. Some new ornaments for the Dragon's Breath, Suros Regime, Lord of Wolves, No Land Beyond. They forgot about Drake's Promise, which is fucking ridiculous.
It should have been Drake's.
How did
best gun in the game?
Lord of Wolves get it, and
I don't know.
Drake's Promise didn't?
Yeah, that is
Drake's
weird.
Promise, best gun in the game.
Yep.
The potato launcher. We need equality for it, damn it.
That Suros Regime looks really nice.
It does.
I love that look.
Yeah.
I like how
Suros actually got two ornaments.
The black and yellow one looks so nice.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. I think they did it too. I think they did too to harken back to the days of when Suros was literally the king.
You went into Crucible. Ding, 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 ding. It's all you heard.
Those first few weeks.
That's the cadence.
It's so good.
All right, next up, armor. This stuff is really cool.
Wait. The Dragon's Breath.
Yeah.
Is a tiger.
It was Tiger's Breath. I really wish. I thought it was going to be like like a Japanese paper tiger or something, or a dragon, but it's a tiger. I'm confused.
It's like
Looks awesome.
Unless it roars when I shoot it, I don't care.
It fit with the theme of the military, like that jet kind of opening. It fit with that theme, that tiger.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
It just seemed a little. It just seemed a little off for me. I don't know.
All right.
But,
it was very strange compared to all the skins we get. We get like very specific skins, and this is the first one which is just like it's spray painted on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
it's a tiger.
Call of Duty.
It's a fucking tiger, guys.
Yeah. Up next, they're gonna do the marijuana prints on there and the dollar signs and a pizza.
Bring it up. Wait a minute. No, I was kidding. But seriously though, I'm down.
Hey, before we start talking about the armor, did we not talk about what I think is phenomenal about the Necrochasm?
Later on.
Is it later on?
Okay.
Yeah, just be patient.
Okay. Oh, I was about to go off.
Dude,
okay.
So we're not talking. We should talk about Necrochasm now?
Fine.
Yeah,
every kill causes the explosion, regardless of precision or body. Every kill. This is amazing.
Also, it's getting the range buff that all auto rifles are getting. So hopefully, it's going to be a little better in general. But yeah, I mean, it was hard to control that thing consistently to get headshots with it. No. To clock that.
It's actually not as bad now. If you back in the day, they said on the stream, they're like, Vex was just ridiculous when it first launched, but Necrochasm was basically, used toilet paper.
Had 1 week. Necrochasm had one
week meta.
Yeah, during the 1 week meta in between House of Wolves and Taken King, that's when Necrochasm got to have its heyday.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fun. I've always thought Necrochasm is fun to use, but especially in PvP, it was like trying to. I don't know. It never really worked out for me personally. It's never been as accurate as like a doctrine, so it's always just been harder to use.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's not as accurate as a doctrine, but it still was much better than what it was when it first launched.
Much better than
when
year
it first
one,
launched.
yeah.
It was like, holy crap, this thing is garbage. You know.
So we're gonna get a quest to earn this thing. Do you guys
Yes.
think we're gonna go have to get a husk and then upgrade it
Probably.
and then upgrade it again and then
back
farm
and forth, yeah.
farm Crota for another crux?
I certainly hope
I don't
not.
think so because
hope
I went back and forth with
I
a
saw
couple
that.
different
Yeah.
people on Twitter, and Josh Hamrick had actually responded to somebody. It left some questions in my mind. He didn't say he corrected Bungie Informer when he said I didn't say anything about Crux or so I think we're gonna see them again, but I don't think they're gonna be as difficult RNG to get.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable because you had to get the Husk of the Pit, which is the weapon that you start the whole quest line with.
Mhm.
That was like RNG, and it was pretty hard. It took me like 3 or 4 hours of farming to get it.
Right.
Then you had to upgrade that weapon, turn it into what was the middle step?
The Islandin ally.
Yes.
Mhm.
Then you had to
yeah.
upgrade that, and then you had to start farming Crota, and it took me, I want to say, around 10 weeks of running 3 times a week to get the Crux to drop.
I never bothered.
What?
I still have never gotten it.
Really?
What? Are you serious?
That honestly does not surprise
there's
me.
never a point.
Honestly. Well, I used to do a lot of raid streams with a lot of my friends, and one of my friends, I ran Crota almost every week for, I want to say, nearly a year, and she did not get the Crux until a year down the line.
It was a low drop.
brutal.
It was
Yeah.
it was insanely brutal. So
I got all the stuff. I never bothered getting doing it. I just never had an
Well,
interest in it.
hopefully now this will be, Bungie's saying that this is gonna, loot is gonna be dropping all the time. It's gonna be a lot more generous. Hopefully the Necrochasm falls into that category.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would
'Cause
like
it
to
was-
get one.
It was nasty.
I want
before.
to take it into PvE and just watch shit explode.
Me too.
Yeah,
I think that's the plan. It's gonna be
I think
great.
it'd be really fun to run through the pit area of the very first part of the Crota raid.
So
Yep.
many
You
explosions.
get 6 people with those things.
Do you think
over there?
do you think we'll have it in time for the podcast challenge?
Oh, maybe.
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 Well,
we got to talk about that at some point.
We need to, not this week. There's too much shit to talk about. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Well, we will be doing a podcast challenge with
IGN
IGN's Fire Team Chat on April 1st, and that's not a
not
April
April
Fool's joke. Yeah. Anyway, more on that later.
Yes. Stay tuned.
All right, armor. Every raid is getting a new set of armor with new ornaments, including Wrath of the Machine.
Yeah.
The ornaments are freaking pretty cool. The raid armor on its own looks very much like the original raid armor. I think the coloring is off in a few different examples. But it's once you get the ornaments and upgrade that armor that all of a sudden you get these amazing holographic effects and floating things around you. The Warlock on the Vault of Glass I thought was just amazing. It's got the tendrils kind of floating above it.
Well,
Really
all
cool
of the
stuff.
armor. All
Space
of it
Octopus.
looks
It's gonna be
fantastic.
fantastic.
Space Octopus.
It's also
I want a
reactive to
Vex-leg.
damage. So if you take damage on the armor, the holograms retract and then grow back out as your health comes back,
Yep.
which I thought was a really cool effect.
It is. It's really cool.
So cool.
In
looking.
PvP, we will not look cool at all. We'll all lose our ornaments.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah.
People will be
Also, it's
sitting
gonna
in the
be
back
really
with
easy to
icebreaker
see.
just to keep it.
It's
Except
gonna
for
be really
Defender
easy to see you
Titans.
when you're behind cover and you got this big neon fucking sign poking
Right?
out.
Don't even care. Using it anyway. We're doing it.
Okay.
The rated Defender Titans is going to go up significantly just to use these holographic effects on the Titans. Just pop a Defender bubble and you get to see it all the time.
Yeah,
So,
you're like,
guys-
get in my bubble.
This was the moment during the stream that I realized that I was hyped for Age of Triumph. All throughout
Me
the
too.
first 2 reveals, I was
Yep.
like, okay, great. We're going to be doing the raids again. We're going to be getting this. We're going to get the legendaries back with the primary burn, and we're going to get 400 light level of the same old fucking armor that I've had for 2 years. When I started seeing this stuff get revealed, I got really hyped about jumping back into these old raids. Like,
Yep,
I mean, the
same.
stuff is cool. Between this, the armor, the adept weapons, like it feels like it's going to be very rewarding to go back to these raids.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
this was
initially I was like, yeah, I guess I'll play Crota, but then I was like, I need to play Crota all the time.
right?
Always playing Crota. I need the green armor so bad.
I'm honestly
Yeah,
more hyped for Loop now than I was when Rise of Iron launched, to be honest.
It just all looks so good. It's
It
so
does look
good
good.
looking.
Yeah, it looks
Even
great.
like the new Age of Triumph armor, the class items with the chroma it's so glowy. It's so sparkly and bright.
Mhm.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Glow
You're
up.
talking about the stuff that's going to come out of the Age of Triumph treasure boxes?
Well, the class item is from the quest from the speaker,
Oh, okay.
but
yeah,
then the
so-
rest of the armor is from the treasure. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is going to be, like Watts just said, there's going to be, yep.
Yeah.
Gonna be dope.
It is going to be dope.
Yeah.
Have we talked about the armor resets in the tower?
No.
Not yet, because we haven't gotten to the TWAB yet. Real quick, a couple of things that didn't make an appearance were the pocket infinity of the dubious volley. A lot of people were expecting to see both of these weapons come.
Pocket Infinity is confirmed to not be coming.
Confirmed.
Sad face.
And I would
Taking the route of Black
message
Hammer.
Dado right now and ask him about the dubious volley.
Yep.
Just find him on Twitter and
I think that's a good idea.
and do
At
that.
data.
Yeah.
At Dado.
At
does Destiny.
Dado.
Yep.
What if
and
that's our
just-
final gift? Is a free Pocket Infinity into year 3? That's it. That's the
I
closing
think-
of Destiny 1.
That's what we get to keep. Is
Yeah. You get an old fusion rifle.
It's
There
the first
was
gun
somebody
you
using
get.
it in PvP today. It got me a few times with it. The thing is, I might have to bring that thing out.
It's so
Fun.
fun. You bring
Yeah.
it out in it's so fun. It's a fun weapon.
Anybody else want to go over the TWAB? You want to go over the TWAB, Patrick?
I can go over the TWAB. I have the TWAB pulled up right here.
Herding
All right.
cats is a little difficult, Brian. Thank you.
What?
You did a great job.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
You did. Thank you,
Yeah.
Brian.
All right. So I think the most important thing to go about in the 12 is like we knew they went over everything that was shown in the stream, but Josh Hamrick, again, who has been doing a stellar job on Twitter, just engaging with community, talking, answering a ton of questions that he's able to answer. If he doesn't know an answer to it, he says, sorry, I have no idea. But if he can give any sort of info about anything coming, he lets us know. So first off, the vendors in the tower will be resetting. And they're not just going to be resetting like, oh, they're resetting for this patch and they're done. They're resetting every single week.
Yep.
This
So-
is cool, man.
Mhm.
It's not the weapons, though. It's only the perks and the stats, right? It's only the rolls.
Here's the way it's worded. The following vendors will have weekly rotating perks on armor and weapons. So yes, the
Right.
perks
Yep.
will be rotating.
I'm not going to lie. I was really hoping that they'd take this opportunity to do like a best of collection for all the vendors, like everybody's favorite.
Just bring it all back.
Yeah, from
Right.
all the old stuff. Bring it back. It doesn't have to be every item, just the best stuff. But this is almost as good. At least it's a weekly reason to go check those vendors. You know, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Mhm. Yeah, it'll be the Vanguard class vendors, Vanguard Quartermaster, Shaxx Crucible Quartermaster, Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, and New Monarchy. The other vendors that already refreshed will continue to refresh. So Speaker Varix
Yep.
and Shiro.
Yep.
A new quest will be available to get Necrochasm in your hands. We already talked about that. The primaries and the raids, we already talked about that. He says the black and gold Suros ornament is indeed rad as hell. Thank you for the confirmation on that.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of other stuff that Hamrick ended up talking about on Twitter. Astrocyte Verse is getting a buff. So currently, Astrocyte Verse gives +3 recovery when you blink, which equates out to nothing.
Nada.
It's
No.
it's
Such
like
a pretty exotic too, man.
it's like 4 frames difference. 4 frames total. It's getting buffed to +7 when you blink. So that is significant.
That's a
That's
good
very
amount.
that's going to be very easy. It only goes to 10. You can only make your stats go to. You can make them go higher, but get 7. That's pretty damn good when you blink. So you're going to have a maxed out recovery bar when you blink using that helm.
Yeah.
There's some shotgun changes that didn't go through, like the inner accuracy ones didn't go through. Those are going to be reapplied. Same thing with rangefinder. Some fixes to the rescue mag perk is you're not going to be able to exploit it anymore. What other stuff? I'm sorry, I'm doing all this off the top of my head because the weekly update didn't have everything in it that he was talking about.
He's been on Twitter for the last 2 days.
Just read through his Twitter. Just go through all of it.
It honestly seems like he's gotten like 2,500 questions and he answered them all. Like, it's unbelievable how many questions. And with complete like disclosure, it's like the information is right there.
Yeah,
it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Touch of Malice and Outbreak Prime will not be getting any elemental burns added to them. It's just going to be kinetic as they currently are, which is kind of fine because there's how many exotic primaries are we getting now? They're going to have elemental burns on them.
2 less than we oughta.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Are you sure, Briar?
No.
Outbreak Prime honestly should have had Solar Burn. Well, whatever.
Solar or Void. Both of them should have like Solar or Void on it. Let's see. There's a bunch of other stuff. The Mountaintop Crucible quest line will be retired with Age of Triumph. If you are currently on it, you need to get to either the very last. You need to get to you need to finish it.
You got to do it. You need the hothead. It's
do
the
it now.
best rocket launcher in the game.
Forget about it. Hothead sucks.
Get that hothead.
There's been like one person in the history of Destiny that got a good roll on that thing.
Is there a good roll for it?
Yeah, it can roll a good roll.
Yeah.
Can it?
Yeah, it can roll a good roll, but you only have like one chance per character to get it. So who really cares? Some fixes for like if you and a friend live in the same house and you're trying to play Destiny together, you guys probably know there's a bunch of network issues. A bunch of those are getting solved.
That's common.
The Siva key fragment issue and skeleton key issue is also getting fixed. The ones where they would just randomly get deleted.
That's a bummer.
Yes. Also, don't run the Nightfall before the update actually goes out, which will be at 10 a.m.
Yep.
Don't run anything, actually. Don't run anything. Basically, we just wait till 10 a.m. to start playing. Wait till the update. Yeah. They mentioned, I think, the weekly story as well. Mm-hmm. And the Crucible stuff.
Yep. Do not run it. Some updates to Crucible. The Crucible daily bounties are going to be more inclusive, no longer requiring specific subclasses or fire teams, which is A+ in my opinion, because if it required a fire team, it never got done from me. Yeah. They fixed an issue where the player on the surviving team in Trials of Osiris could use Fireborn to cause the round to continue. Even
that's so annoying.
Yeah, that was a
I
gnarly
did it.
one.
I did it once, didn't mean to. I was like, whoops. Sorry, guys.
Watch, that's when you put on scories and just start relentlessly
I know.
teabagging.
What was I doing? I was doing it all
you weren't
wrong.
doing it right. Fix an issue that allowed supers to... Okay, the worst one, and this is the only thing that I didn't like hearing in the entire update. Fix an issue that allowed supers to stay active longer than intended. So infinite super glitch.
But we are getting the Daybreak Nightfall, so...
once a month.
But
yeah, well, at the end of summer, it's gonna be like every week.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leading right into
the beta
of the tower.
Announcement. Watts, why don't you tell us about that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna be the Bungie bounty this Saturday. It's gonna be at 3 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
I'm on a Washington host. West Coast, if anyone wants to hunt me and murder my soul. We're going to be playing Clash on PS4. So, Saturday, 3
I thought you
PM.
hated Clash.
I do, but I don't have a choice.
Okay.
So, I played Clash to practice not being bad at it. I'm still bad at it. Sorry, everyone on my team who won't get an emblem because I'm bad at Clash. But yeah, Saturday, 3 p.m., and we'll be doing Clash on PS4.
That's awesome.
And you're streaming it on your channel, right?
Yes, I was streaming it on my channel. It's Miss 5000 Watts. Should be able to find it pretty easily. And I'm going to be streaming a little bit before and also streaming a little bit after.
Cool.
That's really exciting. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun.
I'm going to hear that's the only emblem that you can carry over to Destiny 2.
Don't spread it.
So
Don't
check out the
spread
stream,
rumors.
everybody. Oh my God, Paul.
I like how at the very bottom, Deej said, "P.S. You were expecting something else?" ? One milestone at a time, Guardian.
One poster at a time.
Destiny 2
Yes.
leak? What?
What? No.
Hey,
All right.
also,
We don't have much time. You want to do a few quick Twitter questions? You want to try and rapid fire them?
Is there anything else that we needed to go over? I feel like we missed something.
I'm gonna say one
Yeah,
final thing
whatever.
about the Destiny 2 thing. If it is, it looks like it's officially called Destiny 2, then we're in for a trilogy most likely. So just throwing that out.
What would be,
You could have a 4 or 2 after the 3.
That's true.
What if it's a quadrilogy?
It could be yeah.
Well, I understand that I like lists of 3 too, so I just had 2 2s.
2 2s.
Mm.
Destiny 2
So
2.
I did a 1 and then a 2 2 and then a 3.
Oh, there you go.
I was actually really upset that they didn't take Cabal's Deep and put that as the subtitle because I really feel like
my.
That would have been amazing.
It's that threatening, menacing feel that I think Destiny 2 really needs.
They missed an opportunity for sure.
It's just
For
the threat
sure.
of cabals.
You know, the Flaming Legion, Cabal's Deep. I don't know.
All right, let's do some. Let's
Wait,
try and
wait,
make these as quick as possible.
Don't we have to? Do we have to do? Or when are we going to do the giveaway?
Yeah, we're doing it at
after-
the end.
At the end.
At the end of the podcast, Pope.
All right.
All right, the Druce asks, in a Dream Team plus DCP raid, who would be the first to ruin a flawless run and how? Any raid.
Tefty, because he would get me killed because he'd be complaining at me, throwing me off my game. He would throw.
Blame
True.
your failures on
True.
others, Blue.
I would be antagonizing him though, so
A whole way through, and it would affect me.
emotional harassment.
It would probably be Patrick because he would say, "Oh, this game's so easy. I'm going to do it melees only," and then die.
Anyone want to go on?
No,
Black
it would
Table runs for
definitely
8 hours?
it would be Patrick because he'll be jumping around trying to no scope throwing knife all the enemies and then he'll just die.
Yep.
Yep.
It's Patrick.
I
He's
wouldn't
trying to be
die.
fancy.
I
You're
wouldn't.
trying to be
die.
too fancy.
There's
if you
footage
weren't
of the first Wrath of the Machine raid that says different, Patrick.
Hey, I'll have you know, there was also an occasion there where I lived because I popped my gold in midair, allowing me to float ever so slightly further. It was sick.
It was
Okay,
sick.
that's all that I remember.
Did you make orbs with that golden gun, Patrick? Were you being a team player?
Does it matter? It looked amazing.
Yes. Yes, it
looked
does.
awesome.
It does matter.
Did it for the VOD.
Have you seen my car? It runs like shit, but it's got a sweet paint job.
Good. The muffler too. Beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
my
only
car.
the
My
moment.
car is actually literally growing moss on it right now. It's going to slowly become a moving art exhibit.
It's like one of those.
That's pretty cool.
Part of the
A
landscape.
like birds can move in, get
Yeah.
some squirrels.
Nice.
No, over the
Yeah,
over the
that'd be
summer
awesome.
there were some birds that built
It's the
nests in,
bastion of- bastion of
on the top of my
cars.
car because I never drove anywhere.
Pedro asks, Blue,
Have a little
as
soup
a
kitchen.
fellow enlightened warlock, how do you feel about the ghastly titans, grunts, and obnoxious hunter filth carrying on to Destiny 2?
You know what? I don't agree with it, and I think it's just ridiculous that warlocks are still not on the front cover. You know, we had hunters in Destiny 1, and then now Titans get the cover in Destiny 2. What did Titans do in Destiny 1? Nothing. All right. So you know what?
As a fellow longtime warlock, I have to agree with you here. These titans on the cover.
I just
Unbelievable.
live comfortably knowing that we're probably going to get that Destiny 3 front cover spot.
There you
Hopefully.
One day.
Please.
go. You round out the trilogy.
Yeah, I suppose
Nora
it's better
says-
that you guys have some more. It's fine.
Nora says, do the DCP and Blue feel that D2 leak poster is underwhelming? I thought it was a different game.
I thought it was a different game. If we're talking purely aesthetically about the poster, wasn't that big of a fan of it. Looked rather generic to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Shallow.
I wasn't a fan.
That was my initial reaction too, but like the longer I looked at it and the more I thought about it, kind of the more it got me excited for like this, like, you know, like we were talking about before, like this dirtier, nastier, harsher environment that Destiny 2 could be
Yeah.
instead of this bright and hopeful place that Destiny 1 has been.
Honestly,
like,
that's-
like
Yeah.
change of pace is exciting.
That's where it put me too. When I saw it, I actually didn't get disappointed at all. I looked at it, I was like, oh my god, it is getting real. It is getting gritty. We are going to have to fight for our lives in Destiny 2, and things are gonna suck because we're gonna lose a bunch of stuff, but man, we're gonna love every bit of it.
Yeah, I like
the two though.
The what?
It looks terrible.
Basic
We can
Helvetica
fix that.
font.
Oh, the font.
Yeah,
is
font-
terrible.
better
Yeah,
than
the
that.
font was very underwhelming.
It's like they forgot to send the official font over to
Just
whoever's
to-
printing it, and Photoshop just automatically made it go to Helvetica or something.
I'm honestly disappointed the T's not in Comic Sans. That would have just put the cherry on top of the cake for me.
Middlemar says, "What will be your weapons of choice to destroy Crota next week?" So, what are you guys gonna bring into the raid next week?
Oh.
A Genesis chain.
Galahorn?
Uh,
I'll have Galahorn.
I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna go with like a year one loadout. I'm gonna have some sort of like rocket launcher probably, but I'm gonna be using Icebreaker as a secondary for the entire time because it's hilarious to
Are you
watch.
going
all-
to sit at the top and wait for all the ads to despawn so you can just shoot across the bridge?
Maybe
Are you
or
going to
maybe
carry as Patrick?
I kind of just crashed my console because I shot all the thralls in the thrallway
Oh, classic.
and they all exploded.
Yeah.
In year one for the throwaway, I used to like using Fatebringer and the Icebreaker combo.
Mhm.
That was really because they both made thralls explode and like changed.
You know what we all need to
The
do?
Zalo Supercell, though, if all 6 of a raid team was running that through the thrallway, like that would be a goddamn light show. That would be
Mhm.
something to see.
No, we should all do hard light. All do hard light.
No,
Oh,
what
no,
we should
no,
do
that's the
is
worst idea.
everyone needs to have Dark Drinker for the actual Crota fight. We get Crota down on his knees and we go in there and spin on him. It'd be great. It'd be great. And then we'll all get meleeed when he gets up and die. But it will be great.
We gotta kill him before he gets up. We gotta just do
Exactly. We got to instantly
it.
kill
It
him.
was now or never.
Yes.
I used to really like using Ephrodite's spear in the Crota fight itself to take down the sword bearer. So I'll probably bring like a Devil's Dawn or so, another really high powered sniper rifle, assuming that the ledge trick still works, which we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We saw today that there's actual geometric changes to the Crota's End raid.
Yeah, they changed a few things.
Yep.
We
Yeah,
saw
so
some
that ledge
images.
might not be there.
They copied and pasted some of the
Shrines. Crota shrines.
some of the shrines
Or
from
shrines.
Crota
Yeah.
into the area.
Well, in Patrol on the Cosmodrome or on the Dreadnought, they did stuff, right? So you could make the shrines
Yeah.
do stuff. I wonder if they added a mechanic where you could do stuff with them.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna vote that those are just purely aesthetical.
I mean, I agree because we already
Boo.
know that the challenge mode is going to be inside the Crota room. Both challenge mode, it's the Death Singer and Crota himself, right?
I
Yeah.
heard.
So-
Yeah.
I heard from my cousin's uncle's mother that if you give it some,
So what's that make me?
I heard if you give it some black wax
Exposed.
idol, you get a higher chance of getting the crux of Crota. Yeah, you gotta feed it some
yeah,
black wax,
yeah.
guys.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know.
Dark Killer says, "Can they stop nerfing hand cannons for the love of RN Jesus?"
Nope.
I think this will probably be the last one.
No.
Oh, actually, you're right. This is the last one.
Yep, they stopped it.
I think they can stop
I
now.
think they're
This is
done,
pretty
guys.
much it.
Good job. You made him stop.
On the DCP hype train says, "Yo, Watts, are we still in the car or are we all aboard DCP hype train now?"
I think we're getting on the train.
Yeah?
I think we it went real fast. We were chilling at home and then we realized we were late.
Yeah.
We had to drive real fast to the train station. We're like on the train without a ticket.
It's
We need to buy a
basically me moving out to Seattle, where this Monday I didn't know if I was moving out to Seattle. Tuesday I have a date planned. I know when I'm leaving. I know when I'm arriving, and it's like, oh, okay, that happened very quickly.
By
That's
the
an
way,
announcement, Patrick.
yeah, congratulations on
Yeah,
securing your
congratulations on that.
future
That sounds
like-
in
thank you.
Seattle, man.
Congratulations.
It's awesome.
Are we going to get some confetti?
I have this confetti cannon, which I've been saving for a Godroll LDR, which I never got. So I'll probably just use it, and I have no idea if this thing's still good. So that should be really fun to do. I'll put out a video on my channel going, hey, channel update. Here's what to expect while I'm gone. Also, I'm going to shoot this thing off. Boom. Hopefully it works.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really fun, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm-
really excited about it.
I'm
That's
looking
gonna be
forward to
great.
It's
it.
gonna take Patrick 4 days to get to Seattle.
Yeah,
though.
I'm
Are you
driving.
driving?
I'm
Oh,
driving
damn,
because
Damn,
I'm
it's gonna be a long drive.
buying a new car, the first, and yeah, and
Hey Patrick,
me and
have you
me and
heard
my
that all
friend
the
are coming.
advertisement is leaving YouTube?
Yes, I also heard that today, and I was like, well, shit. Looks like a full-time Twitch streamer. Okay.
Guys, I just want to point out real
Not to
quick.
be a Debbie Downer, but
Yeah.
fuck.
I want to point out real quick. People were saying that it has been confirmed that the statues are something that has that they were added to change some of the mechanics for the bridge. It was confirmed
Really?
on Twitter. So there
Oh,
some slight
interesting.
changes
Oh.
have happened.
Oh.
That they will actually do something.
I'm gonna say no on that, Pope. You're stupid.
Wow, Pope. What a fucking asshole you are. Anyway.
Damn. KP says, do you think Destiny will do a 1-year exclusive deal like they did in Destiny 1?
I hope not.
If so, I can't support Destiny 2.
What?
Damn.
And
What?
That's a valid decision for someone to make. That's fine.
Because of the
Jade
exclusives?
Rabbit's not worth that much.
It does get under the nerves of Xbox players, for sure.
Oh,
You know, like
course.
they'll be in the chat and I'll be playing like a map that they have never played. And they're like, you know what? At this point, I'm never going to play it because Destiny 2 is going to be out before I ever play this map. Same goes with certain weapons like the Jade Rabbit.
It's gonna happen. It's scummy, and well, it's not scummy. It's just disappointing because
Yeah.
I want everyone to have cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't want
Yeah,
anybody to feel
yeah.
left out in the fun.
No.
yeah, I
don't
want
either.
Yeah.
everyone to have to suffer on Sector 618 with me.
Yes. Take it away.
There is that.
Yeah, it sucks, but I wouldn't like avoid Destiny 2 for that reason alone, just because you're not getting,
I don't think
it's
not a significant enough amount of content to influence my purchasing decision.
yeah. If there was an exclusive
That's the
raid,
thing.
then that's completely different with a whole set of gear and
Yeah.
all that.
Give me any ideas.
Well, that would just destroy
That would be
the community.
terrible.
Give
I
me
hate
idea.
I hate getting you stuff that other people can't get and lording it over them. It's just horrible.
Yeah, that sounds that
That
sounds
sounds
legit.
like-
That adds up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like Pope. Yeah.
That being said, though, I mean, if you got that much of a problem with it, I totally support your decision. Don't
That's
you?
true.
You know, you vote with your dollar, man. If you're pissed
Yep.
about it, don't give them the money.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
right.
true.
I will say though, come September, and suddenly you're seeing how all this gameplay is looking, and people are getting stuff, and suddenly the raid is out. You might change your tune. Just saying.
You're gonna get really hype and you're gonna buy it.
Just, yeah.
Right? It might not be. Maybe it's not the best idea to make that I'm gonna move to Canada if he wins kind of a promise.
Dude, they're gonna have
Yes.
two Fatebringers taps. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Nice.
Bite Me Nerd says, is it me or are a lot of people concerned about Destiny 2 being on PC, especially the
No.
competitive scene? Seems kind of selfish in my opinion.
People
Okay.
seem really worried. I've seen a few people be upset about it, but
There's
So
I've seen a lot, yeah.
So I actually read a lot of Twitter today on that, and I think a lot of people took it the wrong way. Personally, I took it the wrong way when a lot of people were upset because the current community is all console. So the way I took it was like, no, we can't have competitive scene on PC. Like that's not allowed. That's how I took it. The reality is though, I think what a lot of competitive PvP players meant is that we have built this community from the ground up on consoles. There's no reason why it should be mandatory for a competitive community to move to PC.
yeah.
The reality is,
I don't think it is.
that the competitive scene will move wherever the tournaments are.
Yes,
it's just
exactly.
like Call of Duty.
And
Yeah.
the
When they win
tournaments
from
will
Xbox.
be paid for by Sony.
Yeah.
they will be on
They'll be,
PlayStation.
they'll be on PlayStation. I mean, it's gonna
tournaments will be
be.
PlayStation.
At the,
It's
yeah,
gonna
at
be
the end of the
that way.
day, it's whatever the player base and whatever obviously whatever it gravitates to is whatever it gravitates toward. For me, the way I eventually took it is that it's important that we remember the roots we came from and not necessarily totally ignore PS4 and say there's comp on PS4. What's that? Nerds. It's all PC.
There's a lot of
master
fear, I think, too, that like some people they are very good gamers on a controller. They don't have experience with a mouse and keyboard like other people do. So if if all of a sudden all the competitive players move over to mouse and keyboard, am I going to still be able to be competitive? I want to protect the console that I've been playing on. That kind of sentiment I've seen on Twitter today. But I do kind of honestly think that if there was going to be a competitive scene, if there was actually going to be competitive Destiny in a real sense, like in an MLG kind of way, Sony's going to have a vested interest in making sure that the console, the PlayStation console, is where that is being played, just like they do on
100%.
Call of Duty, and Xbox did on Call of Duty before Sony got the license for it,
and Halo now as well. I mean, Halo's always stayed, even though you have games on Windows 10, it's still on specifically on Xbox. So I think Sony and Activision are going to have a lot of say in, I guess, where the competitive scene, assuming there is, an MLG competitive scene for it.
I think it's going to happen. A lot of people also been worrying about trials too, being like, what's going to happen with trials and stuff like that. And you guys need to remember that a ranked playlist is most likely going to happen if a competitive scene is going to move forward. And so the future of trials is going to get shaped and molded. So don't expect there suddenly to be like, okay, Destiny 2 is released and now Trials of Osiris is back, something like that. It's going to change, and you just have to accept the fact that
it's a different game.
It's a different game,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
at the end
I
of the
wouldn't
day,
expect anything to be the same. Just expect things to be very different.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you want to have a competitive scene on PC, no one can stop you. If you want to have a competitive scene on PS4, nobody can stop you. Likewise, Xbox, nobody can stop you. Do what you want. We're all gonna be fine,
exactly,
man.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a tournament. You get a tournament.
Right.
You get a tournament.
That gets me thinking. So if our characters are moving over from Destiny 1 to 2, right? But nothing else. Say our character. My character right now doesn't have a beard.
We need a Destiny barbershop.
Are you going to get an option to grow a beard? Like all of a sudden?
I hope so.
I don't know. I was talking about this today, Pope, is if there is like a new character creation screen, right? And it's got cool options that we didn't have access to in Destiny 1. Now, I know that there are going to be rewards that carry over to Destiny 2. I just know that Bungie is going to reward us as players of Destiny 1 with giving us cool stuff in Destiny 2. No, it's not going to be your last word and your armor and the emblems and the shaders that you currently have, but I'm convinced that there's going to be loyalty something rewards. Tied. Yeah. Is that stuff going to be tied to your account or to your character? Because if I see all of a sudden there's like this awesome ass beard available on new characters, but I can't modify my current character that I imported, well, I'm going to want to delete that character because, like I've said many times, I have zero connection to this asshole that's been in a helmet for 3 years.
Jeez.
It's true.
So, like, a lot of people have been saying that the posters have beards, but I don't see them.
I'd like there to be an option. I'd like there to be an option at the beginning that it says, do you want to keep your character the way they are, or do you want to modify them? And you get an option to
would be
adjust your character if you want.
That would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
You could change everything about them.
Yep. Oh,
yeah.
It's basically been confirmed at this point for the PC. I know we talked about this before. Has anything changed your mind now whether or not what system you're going to start on?
Nope. PS4.
Yeah, I'm going to start on
PS4.
PlayStation 4.
I will say this. I would like to start on PC, but knowing that there's going to be exclusives for PlayStation makes me think I might start on PS4.
I plan on PC, but eventually PS4.
Yeah, because, like, okay, I'm talking about, like, us content creators, we like to play games with each other and whatnot. So let's go raid with Tepti and everyone.
Right.
That's the same as, like, you wanting to play with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of content creators are going to move over to PC. And there's a good reason for that, is if the PC has better graphics, if it has a better visuals, it's just going to make for better content.
PC,
like, your content is going to look better because you recorded it on a PC.
And it's 100% going to have 60 FPS.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to have like a 30 FPS PC version. Yeah, I mean,
that's probably the biggest deal breaker for me is I'm assuming it's going to be 60 on console, but in the event that it's not, I know it's going to be 60 on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I know the content creators are going to move over to the PC if it's a better visual experience. I know it. Maybe, Patrick, I know you're not going to.
Yeah,
but
I'm not.
I mean,
until you see how delicious it looks on Ultra 60 FPS.
I know a lot of people are. I was watching Twitter today. A lot of people are like, "Yeah, I'd love to see it come out on PC."
It's delicious for you guys, but then the Twitch audience isn't going to see that deliciousness.
There's a lot of people that come into my.
They will.
There's a lot of people that come. Well, I've been playing Mass Effect, been coming in and being like, "Whoa, is this on console? Because it doesn't look like this on console." Like, no, it's PC.
A lot of people watch
Ultra.
Streams in 60 now as well on Source.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people.
Now they up the bit rate on Twitch to 6,000K.
They did.
So the graphical difference is even more evident.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
And on YouTube, I mean, if you could record in 4K, that's a huge leap.
For me, I don't care about the graphics. I care
Mm-hmm.
about how it plays. And the reason I played Destiny for so long, it's not because of the graphics. It's because of how well it plays. So if it also is going to play as well on PC, then I'd be okay with having an account there. But I fell in love with the game because of how good the game felt to play with a controller on a console.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I'm going to stick there. Even though I prefer primarily PC games for FPSs. Like I prefer playing Overwatch there. I've Counter-Strike. Every single FPS I've ever really played has been on a PC. But for some reason, Destiny is the one thing that keeps me on a console. So I'm probably going to keep staying there because I don't think they'll fuck that up.
My plan still remains to have I'm going to build one character on every platform so that I can play with everybody. Because that's really something that's bothered me this generation is I made 3 characters on the PlayStation, and then I made some characters on the Xbox, and I just neglected my Xbox characters because I was so focused on keeping all 3 of my characters up to date on the PlayStation.
Hey, Briar, you want to come raid with us over at PS4? Sure. Oh, you're a warlock.
Has been since the beginning of Destiny 1, right?
Oh, yeah,
Brian?
that's
Right.
right. Never
Oh,
mind.
Damn right.
Since the
Right.
beginning.
Warlock for life.
I'm seeing people in chat say, "Oh, you can use a controller and stuff on PC as well." On PC, I imagine there won't be any aim assist.
Oh, there will be for
Well,
controller.
Which is
I think
They'll be for controller.
games developers have become more and more often keen on adding aim assist to controllers automatically. They did it with Titanfall. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure they do with Call of Duty.
That's pretty
They do
standard.
with a lot of titles.
Yep.
okay.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you said. I mean, if a lot of your friends play on PS4, like why just play on PS4? I mean, I think at the end of the day, the
exactly.
experience is going to be pretty similar.
Yeah.
So, especially if you play PvE, you don't need 60 FPS for PvE.
Exactly. Yep. If Horizon Zero Dawn is any kind of marker for what we're looking for console graphics in the future, I think the future of Destiny is very bright for what it can look like, especially with the Scorpio around the corner for Xbox One. Because I think that's what they're going for, those high fidelity graphics, and then having PC as well. And I just hope that they can hit 60 FPS on consoles as well, but it might not happen.
Please do. Please do.
I know.
Mr. Aries says, if you had control over the Destiny 2 trailer, what would you want your players to see?
Oh.
Space beards.
I would want to fulfill that promise that Bungie made like way before Destiny came out when they said, if you can see it, you can go there.
Yes.
Oh,
Same.
Showing
100%.
like super open world, open space. Open
I want
everything.
that. Yeah, I want that open world Destiny that they initially sold me on, like that genuinely open world, not instanced areas, legit open
the
world.
Zelda of Destiny. Oh my god.
Oh, stop! I don't think I can't. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Ugh. But yeah, I think open worlds would be the thing. If that's what they pretty much sell in the first trailer or something, then people are gonna be like, "I'm on board." That's gonna bring so many people back as well if they see that it's truly open world.
And they always make epic trailers. Like their
Yeah,
trailers always
they
get
do.
you so pumped to where like
We got
so
a new
like,
one today. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that trailer
Right.
was amazing. That was so good. That got me really excited for Age of Triumph.
Joe Sicken-Olfi. Joe Siggo. Why are you spelling your name like that? All right. What is your favorite recipe containing leeks? Mine is Activision leek soup.
Mm.
What?
Mine's the printer leak spaghetti. It's always those printers, man.
I thought it was a
What?
funny one, but whatever. We'll move on.
Activision
just
spicy
broke my-
meatballs. Leaky
I
spicy
just
meatballs.
heard
Meatballs.
random assorted words coming out. I didn't hear anything.
I would have vichyssoise. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Randomly bad joke.
Imtiaz McCree says, hey guys, what complete raid set do you guys want first?
Crota.
Crota.
Rhoda. Glowy
I mean,
Crota.
Crota is the answer because it's the first one that's available.
Yeah, but it looks awesome.
It
I
does
want
look
the-
awesome.
I want the ornament sets that we haven't seen yet.
It's so cool.
I've never really been interested in ornaments until now. Honestly. I've been
Seriously,
like,
the ornaments
yeah,
are-
ornaments
yes.
are cool. There's some visual modifications, but now it's like, whoa, that is some badass
I
looking
thought it was
gear.
cool when I
That's-
first
that's the
saw him. As
ornament.
soon as I saw there was a paywall between me and them, I was not interested whatsoever. But this is different. This is a reward for.
This is badassery.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for badassery. That's well put.
Awesome.
Joe Devo says, "What's everyone's favorite revamped raid gear?" I think we just answered that one. My bad. Mine is actually the VOG. Like I really like the look of the new VOG gear.
Yeah.
Handsome Dragon says, "Do you think they'd really keep Xbox players out of a beta? Seems like
No.
needless hate for the
Well,
community."
For a while,
gonna do
yes.
they're going to do what they did last time, where the PS4 gets extra days.
Yep.
They're not going to totally cut out
No.
a console.
Yeah.
Like the alpha was only on PS4, and then the beta was on both, but the Xbox only had it for what, like 2 days
I
or
don't
3
remember.
days
I would have
compared
to
to
look
like
at
the
it again.
5 that PlayStation
Yeah.
had.
Mhm.
I would have to look at it. I don't remember.
Man, those are going to be some tough days after the beta once it's over.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, no.
God.
It's the worst.
You know that we're all going to be recording like every minute we spend.
Yes.
Every single second. From that minute on, from the minute that you get that beta, you can no longer post Destiny
Oh.
What channel.
You guys check it out. We got 6 million likes by the end of
Like,
the
it's
video.
done.
This
It's over.
new Destiny video.
What the hell is this?
This is
I was in Destiny 2.
Highlights of the beta, part 2.
Yep.
Ash Matheson says, "What would you do for a beta code? What would you do for a beta code?
Kill everyone here.
What the fuck?
God damn!
I can
That's some
respect
dark
that.
shit, Watts.
You wouldn't
He went to a
survive the
dark
attempt.
place. Oh my god.
If you can survive
I
the cold, welcome to Antarctica.
What would I do
thought
for a
it would be
beta?
funny.
I mean,
I
ask.
just assumed that we're
What
getting
wouldn't I do
Yeah.
would be the correct answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would download it.
I would
I'd wait 20 minutes
I
for
would
it
give
to download.
I would give Patrick a compliment on air. I mean,
That's pretty. Wow, that's pretty
And
serious.
That's
Nice,
awesome.
nice made bed there, Pat. Looking good.
yeah. Yeah.
I would
you're
go on
really-
Twitter
I'm
and
actually-
beg for
I'm
a
actually
beta
going to be
code.
throwing that out like in about 2 weeks.
Tossing it.
The whole bed?
Yeah, whole bed. It's about 35 years old, so
Damn.
you wouldn't even want to sleep on it.
the bed, like the stuff that's in there.
Yes, all the
35
dead
years
skin,
of like
all the dead skin,
and
all dead
bed
skin
mites
and
stuff.
sweat and everything.
Oh.
Yes, that's what happens when you sleep in a bed.
That's a pleasant thought. DJ Man says, with so many new games and updates out, how do you balance your time for content creating while still having fun?
We sacrifice sleep.
We don't have fun.
I'd be,
On days like
Dance,
today,
monkey,
I
dance.
realized I didn't eat. Like, I just forgot.
I switched over to variety streaming and have been cooking through game after game. I'm halfway through Mass Effect right now, or somewhere.
Is that a Zelda reference?
Oh, yes, it is. Cooking in Zelda.
Get them durians.
Yeah, that's right. That,
What if we
20
could
hard
cook in
drink.
Destiny 2?
Love
We
it.
could make our own little houses, get a little apron on.
I just
cook
want
for
that
our
Zelda
guardian.
song. Ding, 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 ding.
I want
Yeah, there it
to. I want to kill Fallen and like roast their legs over an open fire out on the range.
Wow.
I was gonna invite them over for a tea
Okay.
personally, but
You know,
Oh,
just
now you're a nice person, Watts.
What if-
Now that you're not
Yes.
killing us.
to Fallen.
What if the Fallen is
You
the
are
fourth
human.
class, though? You gonna roast
She's
your own
amassing
kind?
it. She's amassing an army to take you guys down. Come on, get on, get on this.
Building a delicious army, according to Pope.
Dude, what if you could cook up some Ahamkara? Get like Ahamkara ribs.
Dragon.
But I would prefer
delish.
to ride them.
I mean, imagine
You can
the
ride 'em
jokes that you
also.
would tell, right?
And
You
eat
can
them.
corral, ride, bulls, like cows.
This meal just fallen into my lap.
Oh!
How does my flesh taste, oh Epicurean mine? Would that be what they would say? No?
Sure.
Okay.
They whispered in your ear as you.
Mike would have fucking
Scared
thought
off the
that was
bone.
hilarious.
Five would have liked this last time. Yeah.
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 Mr. Goodbye says, would you eventually like to see them open up all exotics for purchase via kiosks for anyone with bad RNG?
Sure.
No.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
sure.
Go at
If
it.
you're
Sure.
still looking for a fucking exotic at this point, man, you should just get it.
He's got bad RNG. I know.
Yeah.
Well, if you should be able to, petition, Zavala for it and just pay some astronomical amount with all your resources and get it.
So he's gonna like
unless it's like the Galhorn, like which is a quest, like right? You know there's a quest for it, right? You're
How
not
many
just like,
strange coins would you? How many strange coins for an exotic? Like from the tower. 500.
It's been so long since I bought one.
200. 200
250?
seems about right.
420.
200.
420. What's that?
Yeah.
Seems legit.
777.
Yep, there we go. Perfect.
I'm with you, Mr. Goodbites. You should just have it by this time.
Yeah.
It should just be yours.
Gifted to you.
I'd say if like your account was created approximately a certain amount of time, like if 2 years have passed since your account creation and you haven't gotten certain things, then yeah, maybe it would be good to give you the exotic.
Yeah, especially if it's an RNG or exotic.
Yeah.
Ringo the Gun says, last DCP, you complained about Bungie's stream schedule. Is utilizing the content creators like you a viable marketing strategy? So you guys complained about Bungie's stream schedule last week?
I did.
What was up?
Oh, I just felt like it diffuses the kind of hype where they could just show little bits and then lead up to a big stream that would have just all kinds of stuff. If there was an hour and a half
instead of 3,
yeah,
just 1.
instead of 3, just kind of piecemealing along. Like that second stream, arguably was like okay. The first one
that could have been tacked on to the first one.
Yeah,
for sure. That one felt like a stretch.
The first stream, they literally showed every single page of the book and had and Deej does what he does best. Had some colorful, flagrant talk over it. It
was particularly good, wasn't it?
It was
that
great.
First week, man.
He knows how to do it. He knows how to he knows how to string together something that is could have easily been 2 minutes or something. So that was my complaint personally, and I hope in the future that they kind of change their format a little bit. But
I know this is probably dumb as a content creator, but I wish they would reveal less in these things. I wish there were more surprises when we landed day one.
I think
I
think it's better as a content creator, because it allows you to speculate and come up with your own opinions and allow people to feedback on that.
It allows you to get it first too. It's like a race for content creators, right? If you're someone who's grinding the hardest and you get that first, you can make a video on it first, so you get the views and.
Yeah,
that's true. But yeah, I do it feels like when I've landed in Days of Iron, and I feel like this is going to happen again, is I pretty much know everything about everything as soon as I land. There's not going to be any surprises here.
No.
And that was something that really made Destiny special, vanilla Destiny special, is it was so full of surprises. Even the Taken King was full of surprises.
I think they've done this for every, I guess, quote unquote content update since House of Wolves, since we don't really have those small DLCs anymore. I don't agree with it, but I guess that's their strategy for these updates, because they want people to come. These small updates are really for us to come back to, not necessarily to bring new players in. So of course they're going to show us all the stuff like, okay, you can grind for this, come play the game. So it's not like they're marketing it to get new players in. Whereas with the big content updates, they say, oh, this is a preview of what you can get. Play the game and buy the DLC to get more of it. So.
But if they didn't tell us that the vendors were getting a weekly refresh and we just discovered that, how cool would that have been?
That would have been awesome. Been whoa.
Would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Holland Love says, my question, does anyone honestly believe Bungie isn't the one leaking info?
We already went over that.
I do not believe this.
Yeah. We do not believe it.
No.
I think it was that dude at GameStop.
Yep.
It was him all along.
He's worried about his NDA, though. That hourly employee working in the back anonymously posting something.
Right.
Yep.
Right. That's how it gets. That's how it happens, guys. It's nothing nefarious.
It goes deep.
It goes super deep.
Pope is livid right now.
It's the enemy state.
I can see the blood boiling behind his eyes.
Yeah.
Kai Sanderson says, so with this D2 poster being leaked, am I the only one excited more about the new Foundry weapons on the poster?
Sure.
Yep.
I mean, we knew they were coming. I think we know all the foundries already.
I'm excited for some Suro shotguns in Arms Day.
Let's get those
Arms Day is in the
away.
tower, man. Where is Arms Day going to be if we blow up the tower? Cabal's deep.
I don't know. Gunsmith will find some way.
An outpost.
Yeah.
He moved. He was like, "All right, I'm over here in the desert."
Yeah, he goes where he feels.
And
like
you gotta find
Maybe
what
you
if
it,
go
he's
right?
a-
directly to the factories. Maybe the gunsmith is gone, but you go directly to the factories.
Oh, you just show up and like put
Go
in your
right to the
order.
source.
You're like, "Hey, I like this. Can you make me one?"
I like one of those and
Yeah.
one of those.
I gotta say, I mentioned it earlier in the podcast, but the fact that these guns look so similar to Destiny 1 guns is a little concerning to me.
Well,
They're
I think
guns.
maybe they're guns. There's not like a whole lot you can do with like the
There's
setting.
a lot you can do. There's a lot
There's
you can do.
a
I mean,
lot.
that Suros shotgun looks so much like a chaperone.
I think they've been so creative with guns in Destiny 1. I don't think they're suddenly going to be uncreative with guns.
Yeah.
I have faith in them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just a little concerned that they look so similar. Like the hard light, that thing, everybody said, is that a hard light?
Listen again, Brian.
Right off the bat.
I think this is one of these things where they said to the marketing person making this poster, "We want to take from Destiny 1, give just enough to get excitement for Destiny 2,
Not reveal anything.
but not reveal anything significant in this poster."
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Horizon Zero Subcult says, what is one exception from each of you that you worry Destiny 2 won't be able to deliver on? 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
For console,
Dedicated servers.
for console, 60 frames per second.
Finding out, getting a story.
Nah, overrated. I'll pass on story.
No, I
To
want
an
a
extent-
story. I want it.
The lag in matchmaking
Yeah.
for me, lag in matchmaking. It's gotten pretty bad. So
Yeah.
I would hope they have a better system in place for Destiny 2 that can make matchmaking a better experience for everyone.
I think for me, to an extent, the biggest one is if they're actually going to be able to deliver on the promise of these open worlds. Because I don't know what they are capable of on their new engine, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm scared. It could be awesome, but then again, it could be like, oh, well, cool, I guess.
Timely content delivery is actually big on my list. I still
that's a
feel
good
like
point.
there was an unspoken promise of year one. You know, like we all got on board in year one when we saw all this content coming, and the Taken King came at the end of the year, and then it's just been a drip feed since then. I hope that doesn't continue in the future.
Yeah. I agree.
Agree.
They will.
A. Roberts, go ahead.
I was going to say they have to fix everything. From the netcode.
A. Roberts says, with the AOT Warlock armor looking so awesome, does this mean the DCP crew will need to start playing Warlock? What do you mean start playing Warlock, Roberts? That is insulting.
No, I want a
Insulting,
Vex leg.
sir.
I want my Vex leg. I want my super skinny robot Vex leg
The
with
Warlock-
inbuilt Bones of AO movement.
Do
'cause it's a
warlocks have
robot.
access to a throwing knife yet? And a jump that doesn't suck?
They got they have that electric melee. That's pretty much the
That's,
same range.
that's
as
not
well.
a knife. That's not a knife.
It's an electric knife.
No, it's like 4 knives.
Yeah.
Throw it at
it's
once.
not a
Yeah,
knife.
From
if
across
they-
the
Not a knife.
map.
If they figured out a way of making Warlock's jumps not suck, then I probably would
I
play
have
Warlock.
never understood the hate for Warlock
That's
jump.
because you're a Warlock
don't get
main.
it.
You're a
And
Warlock
I'll
main,
explain it to you
Blue.
right now. Bluewestlo, I will explain it to you right now. Since there has been double jumps in video games, and I don't know when the first one was, but I'm assuming it was in the 80s, you would jump once and you would go up high. When you hit the jump button again, you would go higher. The Warlock jump doesn't work that way. And that way, that it's confusing. It's unlike any other double jump in any other fucking video game ever.
I guess I'm just used to it and understand the physics of it when I'm like,
Yeah.
even when I'm on like weird as hell terrain, like I know what my Warlock jump is going to do.
It
So I
doesn't
guess I
bother me if I
understand
play
that-
for a Warlock for 20
Yeah,
minutes. But
exactly.
when I start King's Fall and like within the first 10 minutes I'm trying to do a jumping puzzle,
I
It
like
can be
being a
frustrating.
floaty, bro, man. I like floating like a beautiful princess. Don't take that away from me.
I love warlocks like on some maps that have, say say Thieves Den. Top B point, and how there's those little things that come out. I love watching a warlock just ever so accidentally step off one of the ledges, and it's non-recoverable. You're dead. You fall an inch, you will not be able to get up. You're dead.
Slowly,
slow.
You float.
Yeah, all you do is slow.
Beautifully, princess-like into the pit.
Luis Cortez says, "What class are you going to play in the beta, and why is it a hunter?"
Because hunters are the best.
Yeah.
And a hunter.
Warlock.
I'll be playing
I'll
a hunter.
play a hunter for sure.
Hunter.
I can't wait to see how they change Golden Gun into something better.
I don't have enough information to answer this question, to be honest with you.
I don't care I don't care if warlocks are terrible in the beta. I'm playing a warlock. I'm gonna be a space wizard.
I will play a Titan until the day I die.
I'm going to have 3 characters, and I'm going to play them all. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same thing.
We
I'm
need
going to do the same thing I did.
For when the beta
we're not
goes
going to be
away.
sleeping. We're not going to be sleeping. We're going to be playing everything.
I'm going to do the same thing I did last time and run 3 of my main class for the first month of the game.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too. Whether or not I do triple hunter right away.
Yeah.
I might do that on one system actually. Maybe on PS4 I'll do triple hunter, but then the other systems, unless they connect them.
I don't think this is necessary. I remember people doing that a lot in VOG and the Crota days because the loot was just so rare. But I feel like I finish a raid like Wrath of the Machine, and we got pretty much everything. My second playthrough, I'll probably have it all for each character.
What if it's different though in Destiny 2, and they go back to that?
It could be. It could be different.
Loot pool.
Yeah, it could be. Age of Blade X says, with Age of Triumph coming in 5 days and the Destiny 2 poster leak, do any of you feel a little overwhelmed?
Yes.
Nope.
I'm hyped.
ready to consume it all.
Yep. Can't wait.
I am fully embracing Destiny 2 hype day.
I'm overwhelmed by excitement to lose sleep playing this game.
Yeah.
I'm introducing my wife to the concept of where my brain is going to be going and how everything that I'm going to be thinking about for a significant period of time is going to be something Destiny related. It's going to be interesting.
Shaquille Everett says, what burns would you like your favorite Wrath of the Machine and King's Fall exotic primaries? I want to see a Steel Medulla as solar because why not?
I want to avoid
I don't have
Chaos
a favorite
Dogma.
King's Fall primary. They all sucked.
Yo, Smite of Miranda? Come
Might of
on.
Moraine was good.
Dude.
Doom
I
of
feel like
Chelsea's
Might of
scout
Moraine's
rifle.
going to be
Doom
art.
of Chelsea's was pretty good.
And that one's
love
void.
that scout.
I don't know if you
pretty
saw,
good, yeah.
you saw that in the video. That one's
was
void. Looks like a shot
Cho-
void.
I thought
Jeez.
the hand cannon was void.
The hand cannon was terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
That
yes,
was a
Charles.
bad
That's
weapon.
one thing I know. He was like, yeah, all these hand cannons are a little too good. Like this hand cannon right here. Like, what are you talking about? That gun's terrible. Stop it.
I could have thought a shot void on the Chelsea's, but I could be wrong.
They're all void. All King's Fall primaries are void. There you go.
Maybe.
Boom.
They said they scientifically chose which ones are going to be which, so
Yep.
maybe all of them need to be void.
All right. 3 more questions, and I think we should wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
I'm going to skip right to the bottom because that's where I tend to put the dumbest stuff. I like it. Not dumb.
Yeah.
Silly is the word I meant.
Silly. Yes.
Fearless Flyer 3, how big do you guys think the new world will be? I want to be able to look into the horizon and say, I can go there. We already talked about this, so I'm going to skip it.
Zelda.
Donovan B says, how do you want D2 to honor your guardian from D1?
I want a goddamn statue.
I like
would
that
like
idea.
I would like yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You guys remember when they said they were going to? They wanted
I was about to
honor
bring that up. Yeah.
the first people that complete the raid are going to be honored in game forever, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, they're going to be built like a statue or something. It's like, hey, there's the guys that beat it on the weekly blog. That's the blog's there forever.
Congrats.
I want a class item that only I can get from being a Destiny 1 player, and it's the best class item to ever be made ever. There we go.
The bestest
What
of
I
the
want.
bestest.
So, you want a
Yes.
Gallarhorn class item?
I want a
Yes.
free Fate of All Fools in Destiny 2 for playing Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Real talk. I really wish they would have actually released Fate of All Fools.
Yes!
God damn, that scout was fun to use. I think
It's such
like Tefty, I think you and I were the only one that actually got to use it outside of the one person. Like that thing was fucking amazing.
It's like one of the nicest looking guns
It looks
ever,
so good.
What was the story behind that? Why didn't they?
So Fate of All Fools was an exotic scout that was kind of like data mined. We're like, yeah, this 7-shot exotic scout rifle was going to be from a Trials of Osiris bounty, which we never got our Trials of Osiris exotic or Iron Banner exotic.
Because it's PvP and people are bad at PvP, so you can't give good PvP players anything.
There's
That's the reason behind it.
There's Chaperone.
That's the reason behind it, because people get angry. Oh, people were angry about Chaperone. Oh, God. The anger.
Yeah, and so it was a scout rifle that was a reward from there, and someone posted on Reddit. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. I think I had like Bunny in the name. Posted that her husband recently had brain surgery, and as part of his recovery, he's been playing Destiny, and it's really helped him, gain motor functions, just the overall process of healing from brain surgery. And Bungie ended up sending this person Fate of All Fools in the mail. And they were the only ones to ever get it. And we kept tabs on it for a while because they would give us updates saying, oh, hey, it's actually working now. The perk is working now. And stuff like that.
Yep. And so was it
really
able to be infused, or was it able to be?
It couldn't be infused. It couldn't be infused at all. It was a year 1 weapon, and it could never be infused up.
How baller do you feel though, going around in the Crucible, putting that up in their kill feed?
Oh yeah, that has to be pretty fucking awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. Jade Rabbit is virtually identical, but the sights.
But it's got a lot better of a name, am I right?
Yeah, no, Fate of All Fools, that's pretty sick.
No. Oh, fuck.
Plus, the sights on Fate of All Fools are just so much better, and I don't know. I feel like I played better with it than I ever did with Jade Rabbit, but that could just be skill-based matchmaking or something. I don't know.
Have we ever talked about shower beers on this podcast?
Yep.
Yes, we have.
Yes,
Right.
yes, we have.
We have?
Yes.
Yep.
David asks, who do you think could put you to sleep faster? Tefty reading a bedtime story, or Morgan Freeman? Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah. Tefty. I've actually fallen asleep to Tefty's voice when he's streaming.
I have often.
So, yeah, perfect.
And I'm not trying to knock Tefty. It's just that he streams when I'm going to sleep a lot.
Stream late.
And he's got a soothing voice.
I'm a night streamer. I am.
Yeah.
Planet Coaster streams.
Best streams, right? Best
streams. The Coaster streams were great.
That's what I'm saying, Tefty. That's your calling. Sim games. That is your calling.
Did you put those up on YouTube, the Planet Coaster?
Yeah.
Because those might as well just be called ASMR videos to me.
You should change the title right now. ASMR.
Oh, I'm going to make this
Coaster.
loop go around here. No, a little higher. It doesn't look dangerous enough.
It's like watching the guy who was painting. What was his name?
Bob Ross?
Bob Ross.
You're like the Rob Ross of coasters.
Yeah, man.
Kieran says, would you rather eat Mexican food for a year or Asian food for a year?
Asian food.
Asian food.
Well, I've grew up in Texas, so I already do that.
But
Mexican food all the time.
Mexican food is one country. Asian food is literally like a giant.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I guess there is okay. So first of all, I'm gonna start off by telling you that there is many regions of Mexico with a lot of different food.
Oh yeah, I know.
There is one burrito.
Are we counting
one taco?
Asia is like a continent.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah,
right?
Asia's a continent.
And so first of all, if you were gonna say it accurately, you would say Latin American food. You know, or Central America. Mexican. Well, it's an ignorant question.
8 countries.
Actually,
Pope? What do you say when you go to the Mexican food restaurant? I feel like Mexican food. No, you don't say I feel like Latin American cuisine.
No, I feel like
Mexican food.
I feel like food from Oaxaca, and then we'll go to a restaurant for that.
Okay, well,
Not on the table. It's got to be Mexican.
But you could
He was very
literally eat-
specific in
Oaxaca
this
is
question,
in
Pope
Mexico.
Bear.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
alternatively,
Briar.
to Japanese food,
But
to
do
Filipino
people-
food, to Taiwanese food.
but do
like,
people actually say I feel like Asian food? Like, let's
No,
be real.
No.
Yeah,
That's
so,
true. They say Chinese food. They say
so that's not
fuck. You know,
fair.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They
They say
It's
Thai
a-
food.
It's, a silly, it's not
General
an
Chow's
acronym.
fair.
please.
General Chow.
I mean, there is so much
Filipino
good
food?
food
I mean,
coming
come on.
from Latin America that I can't even tell you. I would be happy for the rest of my life.
I grew up in Texas, so I mean, I eat it like every day anyway. So I still eat it probably most days.
Yeah, I don't think
Because-
I'll ever get sick of burritos. Like they're just delicious.
No,
Oh my
Briar,
God.
no, it's not. That's not Mexican food, Briar.
Not.
You need to shut it
Tex-Mex.
down.
Briar, it's like
That's not
saying
even-
pizza or
it
it's from
says-
Italy.
It's not even Tex-Mex.
It says
it's
Mexican
like just
food right on the
American.
sign of Taco Bell.
No, stop.
It literally says Mexican food.
Late night,
No.
right?
Late night.
No.
Run for
you
the
need to
border.
stop.
Or
You need to
on
cease and desist.
No, please.
There are
You
no
are in-
Asian 24-hour day restaurants near me, so
Okay,
it's
Chipotle does not
Panda
count.
Express, motherfucker.
not near me.
All right, you come over, Briar, and I'm gonna take you on a culinary extravaganza.
I love it. That sounds delicious.
It's got to go all the way to
We're
San
gonna get
Francisco.
siete mares
Why don't
from
we stop for
this
burrito
place
on the
around
way?
the corner. No, God,
Can we
we're
get some
gonna
nachos?
we're gonna get some.
Street tacos,
Oh my God.
Chimichangas.
Mm,
delicious.
okay, you guys are killing me. here.
I want the pollo
Tainted.
bandito plate.
The chicken
What?
bandit.
Number 7.
El número siete.
You guys are hurting my soul right now. You need to move on.
The chalupa, man. I like the chalupa.
This is the closest you are to real Mexican food, but even then, just the way you say it just hurts my soul. Chalupa por me, por
Chalupa.
favor.
Oh my God.
Guys, that is like a party item you buy. Let's go pick up the chalupa.
Don't
Hell
forget
yeah.
El Chalupa.
I want a
please.
taco. I want a plate of tacos, please.
You get some soft
Tacos. We want some.
I mean,
tacos.
there is a just one dish, mole from Oaxaca, right? There is like,
He said Mexican food.
oh my God,
Mole
Oaxaca is in
definitely-
Mexico. It is in
Yeah,
Mexico.
the category does fall under there. It can be
Thank
category.
you.
I'm gonna
And there
allow
is-
this.
Near
there is-
Cancun, because I've never heard of it.
There is so many regions of Oaxaca that the mole is just wildly different, from sweet to savory. It's just delicious.
I completely get
Every
that.
time you
but
say mole,
You
I
have
just
to
think of that
explain-
Austin
you have to-
Powers movie where he's pointing at Fred Savage with the mole on his.
Oh
mole,
no.
mole.
But Pope, it's the same thing as, like, you know, you go Southern California. There's a different Mexican food from Arizona to New Mexico. All of they have different flavors from those restaurants.
It's literally only California and Texas. Anywhere
I mean,
else, you're
okay,
just-
so Mexico is a lot like Italy, right? In that every village or
They
every
don't
town
seem very
is
similar.
regionally different.
That's what
So
I'm
if
saying.
you go
like
to-
different sauces have different flavors because of the region and how they make it. You know,
Sauce like cheese dip. I love cheese dip.
Some
They're
some
both
of them
kind of
add,
shaped like a boot.
Some of them add kind of like some cinnamon spice to it. Some of them add, you know, like you said, like the moles are different.
What? Like chicken broth to the cheese dip. That's pretty good.
Now there's Patrick. Patrick with his food. There we go. Now we're in a good place.
Anytime you guys want to take a trip, I will take you to some.
I don't
want to
go anywhere with you, Pope.
Are you kidding me?
Well, okay, well ignore Pope then. In that case, you can come with me down here.
Brazilian
other-
food, Puerto Rican food, Cuban food, Chilean food, food from, oh my God.
Closing
you guys,
his eyes while naming these off.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
But-
I'm not gonna lie.
That's not Mexican food.
it's Latin American, Hispanic foods.
But
Oh
it's
my
not
God, they're
Mexican
so, it's influenced by so many different culinary, like, foods. I mean,
wanna go
plantains,
everywhere
for
with
example.
Coke now.
Just one thing, plantains, right? The bananas. They are prepared so many different ways throughout Latin America that it is an experience everywhere you go.
Pope, are you going
Yes,
to
it is.
Guardian?
Sure.
Yes, I'm going to Guardian
Okay,
Con.
well, we're going to go on a Mexican food adventure, you and me.
Thank you.
In Tampa,
It's
Florida.
Florida.
fantastic.
I'm coming.
Are you kidding
I'm sure
me?
there's
Do
a
you
Taco
know how
Bell
many
nearby.
Cubans? You know how many
Tampa's full of
Cubans and Puerto
Cubans
Ricans are
making
in?
Mexican food doesn't
Okay,
sound
it's not
like
it's
plan.
We might even get lucky and find a Chipotle.
They said specific
Oh my
Mexican food, which is a specific region.
Why do you hurt me like this?
Blue, I mean, we're going to start our own podcast and we're just going to be about culinary foods. We're just going to be
Cuban food
reviewing
is not
food.
Mexican
Yeah,
food,
it's
though.
Cuban food.
Cuban is not.
It's
What,
very
Chipotle's
different.
Cuban? What?
Southern Florida
And
is a
Mexican
very different
people and
experience
Mexican
for
culture is
Latin
very
flavored
different to
food.
Caribbean people's
I think
culture
this
and
is
food.
officially the most just fired.
No,
up
we
you
finally
guys.
found something
Yeah,
that we
you're
can,
triggered,
we can
man.
really fuck with Pope
Woo.
on. So we're enjoying
How
it.
about that Mexican food?
It's just like I don't know.
We can't
just-
describe it, man. It's just ethereal.
I had some green Verde sauce, Pope. It was pretty good.
That's like saying white.
I
You're
know.
such an idiot. Stop it.
Oh, it's too easy. I love it. This has been the 25th episode where we talked about Destiny 2 leaks and Pope's absolute hatred for Mexican food, or what we think is Mexican food. What we think is Mexican food. I'm
Pope
Patrick
hates
Casey.
Mexicans.
He hates the uneducated
Wow. Wow. We're just gonna end on that
Okay,
note.
so my
All right.
family is from Mexico. I'm the first from my family to be born in the United States. I love you all.
Anyway,
Hopefully they know we're
go ahead,
kidding.
Patrick.
Oh my
Maybe-
God,
Yeah,
the savagery in this podcast is above levels I ever thought it would be on.
this is a
insane.
I
new
love
thing.
Mexican
I
food.
love it.
Pope Bear on the other end.
Yeah. You might be a bit
Every
of an elitist,
Christmas
honestly.
we made tamales, and just think about the tamales. You can have them
Oh
in
my
so
God.
many different
Lord,
ways.
come on. Oh my God.
Oh my God! And then on Sunday mornings or Blue Sundays, what's the soup? The
Mimosas and burritos.
pozole. Oh my God, pozole! You guys just are.
The mimosa soup.
chicken
I
soup
know
with
that.
avocado. Oh yeah, man. Tortilla soup. It's great. Anyway, for me, I am at Holtzmann
Wait,
_YT.
giveaway. Are we doing that now?
Yeah, we'll do it after the podcast.
After
Okay, I'm just making
No,
sure.
I'm gonna
Okay.
edit it.
Sorry.
Let him get
Yes.
through his outro.
Okay.
At Holtzmann _YT on Twitter. Come say hi. We'll talk about I don't know, food.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on Twitter at the Briar Rabbit. You can find me on YouTube. Theoretically, if I'm not age gated, if you look for Briar Rabbit, and you can find me streaming on Twitch every day at 1 o'clock. Just look for Briar Rabbit.
I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on twitter.com/Teft. Catch my streams at 6 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. And some archive / potentially Destiny news finally on my YouTube channel, since things are maybe firing up, maybe not. We'll see when the next stuff is happening.
And I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Miss 5000 Watts. And the bounty on Saturday. Be there. Please be nice to me. Okay, thank you.
Blue.
And my name is Bluewestlo. You can catch me on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Bluewestlo.
That's
You
Brandon.
guys really should
Good
check
stuff.
out his stuff. He is great.
Yes.
And this has been Pope Bear. You can find me at your, any number of high quality Mexican restaurants throughout Southern California and the world.
Taco
Uh,
Bell.
Moe's Burrito is one of his
Taco Bell.
favorites.
Green burrito right next to the Carl's Jr.
You can
Those
find me
taco
on
Hut.
Twitter at Pope Bear. Okay, I'm trying to get through my outro here. Also,
Choco Taco is one of his favorite.
coming up a couple.
Taco Bell
a couple,
inside Pizza Hut. That's the best.
Oh, yeah.
a couple great Destiny community podcast events that are coming up. April 1st, we are doing a podcast showdown against IGN's Fire Team Chat.
That's
It's gonna be a raid off. We're going a little different. It's gonna be right after the new Crota. It's gonna be in the Crota raid. We're gonna do a raid off, and we got a pretty interesting scoring system. I'm also excited that we have some really great guests for April. Morla, the voice of Eris Morn, is going to be on the podcast, and we've got some really great guests. It's too much to mention right here, and just stay tuned with all the stuff that's coming out for Destiny 2 and all of the things that we're doing with the community. Just stay tuned.
We are gonna bend IGN over. We're gonna win this so hand. We need to start the shit talking now.
You know what?
Patrick's
Fran,
doing shit talking.
I know. What's the We talk
All
shit
right.
over
No, I'm
PvP,
down, man.
and all of
I'm
a sudden
with
it's
you, man.
PvE, and he's talking shit. What's?
Well, yeah, I need you guys to carry me. Oh,
also
man.
me. Also Karen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Destin's streaming right now, so we might be able to. Wait,
Oh,
later,
we are
everyone.
No.
Later,
we're gonna-
everyone.
We need to rate
Later,
it.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.